episode 19. We got Fabio here. What's up, Fabio?
What's up, man? Nice to be here with you.
Yeah, man, it's always a pleasure doing these podcasts, and it's good to have a another, I guess, former member of Condemned Till Dawn. That's how I know you anyways.
Yeah, I think most people not remember me like that. Ones who do, obviously, I've been out of the game for quite a while now, so glad to have my voice out now, and people will be able to, hey, there's that guy again, the bass player from Condemned to Dawn.
Oh yeah, that guy again. Yeah, I noticed you've been working on some new stuff. You keep posting stuff on Facebook. Like, are you trying to put together a project or something?
It's in the works, honestly, but I highly doubt it's gonna get anything like too far because I'm just like so deep into other hobbies now, such as like collecting dangerous insects, doing jujitsu. It's pretty much just working all the time. But I honestly would be open to doing some new proggy band if anyone's open to it one day.
Those two hobbies are pretty wild, man.
Yeah. Either way, no, I'm gonna get hurt. I'm gonna get hurt one day by doing either one of them because either gonna get fucking my arm broken like in jujitsu or just like bitten by like my centipede or something.
A centipede. What is that going to happen? If you get bit by a centipede, what happens?
Oh, so I have two centipedes, right? And I have one that's a little tiny little blue Arizona species that's just cute. If I got bit by that one, it would just probably be the equivalent of like maybe a wasp or a bee sting. But then I got this motherfucker that's like about 8 inches. I mean,
Oh my
from
god.
Vietnam.
Oh, a
He's just
Vietnamese centipede.
yeah, just born angry and it's just
Oh
driving to
god.
kill, dude. And like if I got bit by that shit, I would at least guaranteed not have pain for 30 hours and maybe have to go to the hospital for that one.
Dude, that's like a zoo exhibit.
Yeah.
That's not
Honestly, I don't know how it's even legal to own that thing, but
That's
dude,
not a pet, dude.
it's just so badass, bro. Like I love it.
That's pretty metal. I
Yeah.
mean,
And on top of that, I named it Diablo too. So,
Diablo. What's
oh
the other
yeah.
one? What's the cute centipede named?
I honestly have so many of them. I just like didn't even
Wait,
decide
how
to
many
like
how many centipedes?
uh, I only have two centipedes, five tarantulas, 7 or 8 millipedes. What else do I got? And a scorpion.
Oh, okay. Scorpions are neat. Is it like
Yeah.
a big one, like an emperor scorpion or something?
It's gonna be about that size and all that, or a little smaller than that. But it's actually an Arizona species too. It's a giant hairy, but it'll be about that big too.
Oh, it's one of the bigger Arizona ones.
Yeah.
Those are cool, man. I see a lot of the brown bark ones.
Oh yeah,
I see a lot
dude.
of the little ones, little
I
two
was
inchers.
Yeah. I was gonna collect one of those, but then like I just kind of realized that we actually have like a minor infestation outside my house. I'm like, all right, if I'm gonna collect one, like I mean, I'd feel bad killing the other one. So I mean, if I really wanted one back, I can just like grab from outside and not
Yeah,
pay like
like
20 bucks
they're
for it.
they're everywhere. You don't need one in a cage. You can just go
Yeah.
outside. Like,
Yeah, I can observe it. Yeah. There's actually people out there too that like dead ass like collect like black widows,
dude,
which
I
is like
did.
yeah, it's
I did
not
that for a little
yeah.
bit.
To me personally, I'm feeling like yeah, dude, like just go outside and go get one. Don't pay 50 bucks for it
Well, the
online.
thing is, the reason I got it, it was more of an experiment. I just wanted to like, I don't know, maybe some people would consider it cruel, but like you said, they're insects are like robots, dude.
Yeah.
They just multiply. Like they don't like I don't know what sort of intelligence they have, but they're almost like a virus. They're just like
Yeah.
multiply and just make more of myself.
Yeah,
Like
they're
that's like their one main goal, right? So like when I like what I did is I had a jar of black or I had a jar, and what I did is I went out to my backyard and there's a lot of black widow webs and stuff, and I would just start flipping shit over, like flipping all the
ooh.
junk over, and I would like grab the eggs, like the egg sacs that
Holy
actually had
fuck.
like that you could tell they were not empty. You could tell the empty ones from the full ones if you really pay attention,
Yeah.
and like so me and my girlfriend Mars, we just like grabbed a bunch of the full ones, and we got three of them, I think, and put them in one jar. So we had three full egg sacs in one jar, and
Ooh,
they hatched at
dude.
different times, and it was just interesting to like watch it. It was like a half pint mason jar, big ass
Yeah.
mason jar, and we or it might have been a whole pint mason jar. I don't know, one of the big ones, but we just I actually coiled up a piece of copper, made like a spring, and like dropped it
Oh
in the
yeah.
jar, and like we put it upside down so that we could open the lid. Because black widows actually build their webs above the ground, they
Yeah.
build them off the ground on purpose, And if you put the lid of the jar on the bottom and just leave it upside down, you can actually open the lid and it won't even mess with their webs. Like you take the lid off and they're all just up in the top. So we would just like throw a cricket on the lid and like screw it back on and like set it back on the table, so they'd have food. Like they didn't last very long or anything, but there's literally like 70 or 80 little
Per
babies
jar.
in one jar. Like
Oh
it
fuck,
was cool to
dude.
just look at. It was a cool like centerpiece.
Yeah, that's really incredible. And
But
honestly, on top of that, like Black Widows are very like they're actually pretty aesthetically pleasing to look at actually compared to like a lot of spiders like the black and then like the like harsh red like on their abdomen like
well, full
they're
grown
actually
one,
really pretty,
yeah.
dude. They're very
The
nice.
babies don't look like that. The
Yeah. Oh
babies
yeah, for
are
sure.
they're like really light tan. They have no color. Um and so the babies don't develop any color yet, but they're all born male.
Really?
And when they get into a good spot or a good environment, they actually decide to turn female, and they like turn into the giant black
Oh
bodied.
wow.
The male ones actually don't change color too much. They all stay really small and tan. So the males are all really tiny, and the females are the ones that are giant black, like
That's
huge
super
things.
rad,
And
dude.
the males are just, fodder. They just run out and just try to get laid.
Yeah.
And like the females get to decide which male gets to be the eggs, you know. And of
Yeah.
course they eat them afterwards, so the male doesn't survive. The whole species is about the female bringing like carrying on the generation.
It
Like the
just sounds
males are
like
just
yeah.
they're sperm from birth. Like they're born sperm. Like
Yeah, dude.
but yeah, it's pretty crazy, dude. Black widows are wild. But the ones I had in a jar, they never like reached maturity or anything. They starved or died off or whatever. Maybe they got some sort of arachnid disease in the
Yeah.
jar. Like they never left the jar, so I'm assuming they all got fucked up somehow.
Could have been that
Like
pretty
they all
much.
got sick. I don't know. It's sad life, right? Brutal,
Yeah.
but
Oh,
there's
absolutely.
hundreds of black widows in that backyard, so it's not like I really gave a shit.
Yeah, insects are kind of crazy, dude. I mean, like they don't fucking have politics. They don't got currency. They don't got to worry about like bullshit. Like they just want to fucking eat you, dude. Like they're simple. Like they one just like obviously in any other like fucking animal kingdom. No, they just want to eat like obviously one group of species, so there's not overpopulating that species, and then vice versa. Like there's always it's a big chain, the food chain. There we go. That's the word I was trying to find, I guess. But it's dope as fuck. Dope
Yeah,
as
man.
fuck.
I had ants for a little bit. I actually bought two ant farms, two little ant farms, and they came with like it was like a pack that came with two, but it came with like two tubes that connected them.
Yeah.
So I I had some cabinets that like hung off of the ceiling in this old style house I was living in, and I actually put it around a corner. So I like hung one on one cabinet and one on another cabinet around
Oh
a
yeah.
corner, and I like connected it with the tubes so they could walk across to the other ant farm.
That's honestly really fucking
Yeah, it
neat to
was
see,
really cool. You
dude.
could just drop food in the top, and
Hell
I
yeah.
would just drop like spinach leaves or whatever in there. Like they could eat anything. But it was just cool to watch them like gather the food and whatever. There's no queen. You can't legally buy a queen.
Oh, I didn't even know that. I thought you
So
can like buy any almost any bug, but
yeah,
that's
you
crap.
can't buy a queen of ants. Like it's
Mm-hmm.
not allowed. I guess they're too adaptable and like they're too like I don't know. They're too angry. Maybe I don't know. But you can't buy a queen like a fire ant queen, or you either can't buy them or you can't ship them. I think it's that you can't ship
It
them.
probably could be that now, because I know some insects like in the arachnid or just like yeah the arachnid world like there's some insects like spiders that you can like obviously ship overseas to Europe, or like you can't get like any African species or like Asian species like shipped obviously through mail for some, or obviously overseas for some reason, but you can totally get one from Brazil and like Mexico with no problem at all. But yeah, I can see how that can be a legal thing.
Yeah, man. It's especially like I don't know. I could see like ants.
That's definitely gonna be my next project. Cause like it'd be super dope to have like some crazy ass fucking bullet ants like in my room. Yeah, like hopefully they never fucking escape either. Not,
Hold
but
on,
yeah.
hold on, man. So I was saying ants. I muted your channel for a second, but like fire ants being illegal to sell, like I understand why. You could just like toss a queen fire ant somewhere and it'll make a colony.
Oh crap.
Like it's pretty crazy. Like they're so adaptable. They're so like they will find food. They will. Like if they have a queen and a couple drones, like
Holy
it's
fuck.
good to go. Like it'll find a colony somewhere. Like there was even a time my dad told me he's working on the road a lot. Like he was doing a lot of service calls and stuff. So he'd eat lunch in his van.
Nice.
He'd take his breaks in his vans and in his work van. And he said one time um some guy actually stopped him, like knocked on his window, and he thought he was gonna like ask for money or something. And so he rolled down his window. He's about to tell him like, no, I don't got nothing. Just like, sorry, dude. I'm just eating lunch here. And this guy's like, hey man, you got a bunch of ants crawling up into your van.
Holy fuck.
Like the tire. Give me 1 second, folks. We got a interruption. All right, so the interruption was just the gym upstairs. Somebody's slamming weights around in this tiny little apartment gym. Wow, how cool. Anyways, so
Yeah, dude. That's weird.
there's these ants crawling in my dad's van, and this dude is like telling him like there's thousands of ants crawling up his tire. So my dad just got out and kind of like kind of tried to swat him away and was like, all right, whatever, I'll just move. He moved to a different parking spot, and like that was it. But he said like a week later he found ants all over his van, like
Oh
inside.
shit,
Like they made a
dude.
colony in his van.
That doesn't even
Like
sound possible. That's so
right?
crazy.
Maybe like under the floorboard or like under in the
God.
fender or something. But this whole colony of ants just spawned like in this van, and like
That's
they must have been
insane.
eating the crumbs off the floor. But
Shit,
like, dude, they
dude.
can get food anywhere. It's fucking nuts,
That's
man.
brutal.
Like I've always wanted a fire ant colony. Just get like a little like a queen.
Yeah.
But it'd be fucking nuts.
Yeah, thank God fucking ants aren't like the size of dogs, because then we would literally all be dead, dude. Like, for real.
Dude, I learned one of the facts that I'll never get out of my head. Like if you think about it, like the weight, if you took all the ants and weighed them, all the ants in the world, so the weight of all of the ants is more than the weight of all the humans.
That's crazy as fuck.
So if you took all the ants in the
Yeah.
world and put them on a scale, it's more pounds than if you took all 7 billion humans. It's like 100 to 200 pounds each. In America, it's like 100 to 400 pounds each.
Wow.
Like,
Yeah, that's some crazy fucking
so,
statistics, dude.
dude,
Like,
that's 7 billion times just let's say 200 pound average.
wow.
Like that's a lot, dude. It's
It's really hard to fathom that fact, honestly. Like, it's crazy.
1.4 trillion pounds. There's more than that in ants.
Yeah, we don't live in like this planet definitely doesn't really belong to us, and that's like it belongs to them, dude. Like, it's crazy as fuck.
Yeah, dude, it's definitely like, well, there's a lot of I've read a lot of articles that say like if humans died out tomorrow, what would the dominant species be? In air quotes, dominant species. And a lot of studies say ants.
Mm.
Just by definition, population, like food source, like resources, adaptability, ants. Hands down, ants are better than humans.
Yeah. That makes a lot of sense.
Like if you
You're
take
fucking
if you
that.
take technology off the table, ants win.
Yeah, guarantee you that.
they're the most efficient, at least for as far as like land creatures. As far as the sea goes and like the ocean, we have no idea.
Yeah, I wonder who would be dominating the seas. Like, that's a weird one. There's so many fucking fish out there, and then fish that we don't even know that's out there.
Crabs and lobsters. They're like the ants of
Yeah,
the sea.
yeah,
But there's a lot of different types, you know.
true that,
But like
dude.
crabs and lobsters, they just crawl around the bottom. They're just pretty much like the ants.
What if octopus like ran their shit in the fucking oceans,
Dude, they
dude?
could,
Like,
man.
yeah, they're
We
smart as
wouldn't
fuck doing
know.
it. Yeah,
There's no way we would know. It's like completely unrelatable.
yeah.
What does that mean to run shit in the ocean?
Like, just like you're just like the boss, like you're the dominant like life form that you just like. I don't know about that one. That's like
Like a
kind of makes
serial
sense, but
killer?
yeah. No,
Like a boss? Like
I
you're
guess
the
like
dominant
the
one?
apex predator. I'm assuming this like
Orcas.
yeah,
Orcas win
yeah.
then.
In that case, yeah.
Orcas run the sea. They're the monsters, dude.
Huh.
Orcas are the fucking most vicious fucking assholes. Like they don't give a fuck. Like I saw a video the other day of a dolphin just jumping around some kayakers, like just playing
Hmm.
around. An orca comes up and just literally like headbutts it midair. Just
Oh
like
yeah.
fuck you, boom! Like headbutts it and makes it do like a double backflip midair.
Damn.
Like
They're huge as fuck too, dude. They have some really good like hunting strategies too. Like, I mean, I'm pretty sure you've seen them like hunt seal and shit like that. And like when
they
they get on ice, that's like kind of like
take the
straight ice.
icebergs.
Oh yeah, and they'll tilt it around. It's like it's pretty crazy seeing them hunt, dude.
Fucking poor seals, man. The
Yeah,
seals are probably like, oh no.
yeah.
I wonder if seals were as big as orcas, who would win?
Ooh, that's a good one too, dude. That
Because
one's
like seals aren't stupid; they're just smaller.
right.
They have no chance. Like,
It'd be a good battle. Because honestly, yeah, they'd be a really good battle. Unless they have like they'd have to have like the same like team work strategy too. Because I mean, orcas they hunt as like a pack essentially, and like if seals
but
can do
you don't
that,
think seals have community? You don't think they communicate and like have team ups?
maybe not like dolphins or orcas, dude. No, because those guys have it like they're well for one. I mean, they're both obviously they're both mammals, but like I think dolphins and like orcas not are just smarter than them in my opinion. But who knows? Like we should honestly, there's someone's got to be out there to fucking make that shit like figured it out. Because like yeah, I like to know.
That'd be cool, man.
I would like to know.
I mean, I don't know. It kind of reminds me of those hypothetical battles people would do with like different fandoms. Like I
Yeah,
remember watching one like the White Ranger versus Scorpion, some shit like
yeah,
that.
yeah,
They need
dude.
like a giant seal versus an orca. That'd
Yeah,
be
oh
nuts,
yeah,
dude. Like
be fucking crazy ass shit.
I don't know, it'd be hard to calculate that though. At least the White Ranger and the Scorpion, you have some data.
Yeah,
There's never been a giant seal, so it's kind of hard to tell what
true
would
that.
happen.
I think the closest thing we have to a giant seal is essentially like a walrus, but even then, I mean, that still get bodied by a fucking
Yeah, those
orca.
things are fat fucks.
Yeah,
They're not gonna do shit against an
yeah,
orca.
really not.
It's probably like a treat for the orcas, though. They probably love walruses.
Oh, yeah, they're really fatty, really slow.
It's like bacon.
His walrus is just really just sea bacon. I honestly want to taste one now that I think about it. Mm.
Dude, I saw an article. It was like this some news story, some video the other it was like I think it was yesterday, but it was like this video of some kid out in the ocean. He's like paddling on a board and there's a boat next to him and they were dragging a line. Like he was supposed to like grab the line. He's paddling for the line. He's all panicked. There's an orca under the water
Ooh, fuck,
swimming
dude.
around. And the article said something like, you know, it was a scary day for this, for this family on this boat and whatever, but the orca wasn't gonna harm him and the orca was harmless and it was just scary from the perspective of the kid, but everything was okay. Like you only say that because you didn't get bitten in half.
Yeah, for real,
Like you don't know what the
dude.
fuck that orca was thinking,
Yeah,
dude.
dude.
That orca could have decided like, oh, what does this leg taste like?
Oh, easily. Yeah, without hesitation, dude.
It's like, yeah,
Without
that kid was
hesitation.
rightfully scared to shit. Like,
Oh yeah.
holy fuck.
Oh, I just remember too. Now that we're talking about orcas, moose or moose. I don't know whether if I'm fucking plural for moose or not,
It's
but
moose.
they're actually regular like prey for orcas actually.
Oh
Like
yeah,
yeah, even a full blown adult moose not like gets bodied by orcas like
just
all the
get too close
time.
to the water.
They actually, they can swim and I think they actually go underwater like often to like eat like vegetation and shit like that. I saw a statistic of it. I can't fucking pronounce the word, but I fucking saw that online one time. Now they actually get like eaten by orcas like regularly in that fucking Alaska and shit.
Yeah, I bet, man. If the orca gets too, or the moose gets too close to the water, I'm sure orcas find some sort of lakes or
Oh
some
yeah,
sort of like, fresh water that they can fucking swim up real quick. Like it probably doesn't kill them that hard. Like they probably just hold their breath,
oh yeah,
you know?
absolutely.
Well, they have to hold their breath anyways. What am I talking about? They have fucking lungs. But, like I imagine they see a moose like in close to the water and they're just like, all right, this is my chance.
Yeah,
That's a lot of meat right there. It's a hell of a lot more meat than a school of fish.
yeah, true that, dude. This is like probably the most like I've ever talked about animals like on a podcast or on my first podcast, but this is interesting.
Yeah,
We
man.
were here to talk about music, but now we're talking about animals.
things beyond sound.
True that.
That's like
Yeah.
everything.
Absolutely.
Sound is only one subject, man.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, though, what kind of project are you trying to start? I know I saw you
Yeah.
you're posting on some pictures of your guitar and some of your keyboard. That kind of interests me.
Oh, yeah. I'm so glad. I'd love to answer that question. Like, I want to do, for one, like, kind of like that generic, like, genty kind of like band stuff that everyone's kind of get annoyed by now, honestly. But I want to add, like, a really cool twist to it, like adding synthesizers to it. I actually have a song, two songs written already. And honestly, I haven't really done the drums yet because I don't really know how to write drums on songs. But I definitely want to do some sort of like spacey like stuff. I'm not sure if you like ever hear about Sithue, but Sithue, you know, has a lot of like space themed stuff that just sounds very badass, very cool, very different, and that really inspired me not to pick up synths. Include obviously, and on top of that too, I really like to listen to synthwave as well. And just adding that to metal, like there's only like one or two people I've ever seen that actually have added like real synthwave to metal, and I would like to do that out here because I mean out here like I've never ever seen anyone actually add synth to like an actual metal project.
So like what bands are you thinking of then? Like you said you had some examples.
This is one band. They're called Andromeda. It's like they're very inspired. He's very inspired by like Mick Gordon, who does like these soundtracks for like Doom Eternal and the first Doom game. Other than that, there's not too many out there. Other than that, I think there's actually only a guy. Him and Sith Away, they kind of have some synth, but
So Andromeda and who else?
Sith Away.
How do you spell
It's a
that?
weird. It's like Sithu and then space and then A like AYE.
Oh, okay. All right. So that's like he says like synth wave with metal. It's
Yeah.
like synth wave with guitars or metal with a synth. Which
Huh.
way?
More like just like metal with the synth.
Metal with like synth.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of like Children of Bodom.
Oh yeah, definitely not like that
Not
though.
like that. Like
Yeah.
like more spacey.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, that's kind of cool.
Yeah, and I'd love to explore the like just like the sounds of like not just like I guess essentially kind of have like a soundscape too, you know, where you'd feel like you're like going through space, like just traveling through galaxies and all. It's super weird and random, and all, but I like to have like that. You have that pictured in your mind, just kind of like how when you listen to Sith Away, like it's actually instrumental, but you really do feel like you're going through like some like sort of like space like exploration. This feels really beautiful, and then there's some like songs where it's just fucking brutal. It's like spatial chaos. Let's say, like, say, example, you're fucking like rolling through like, or like just like riding through space in like an asteroid like field, and it's just like completely becomes like fucking brutal, and you gotta fucking like essentially not die.
Like
But
when the
yeah,
Millennium Falcon shows up
yeah,
at Alderaan,
yeah. Oh yeah,
and they're
exactly, and
like,
all that.
"What the fuck? There's supposed to be a planet here. There's just asteroids everywhere."
Yeah, just like I mean, just essentially that. And I do have a name for the project, and I have like a couple songs, like, but I definitely need to find some musicians that would be open for that because it's just such a weird idea. I don't even know if I even like conveying the idea even like perfectly, just because I don't know how to express it so well. But would love to do that one day.
Hey man, all it takes is getting your recordings down.
Yeah,
A lot of people, I feel like where they fail is they don't try to record. It's like because any recording counts as a recording. you
yeah.
know so a lot of people, they just play their music and they go, man, I wish I could record this. It's like, well, pull out your cell phone and hit record, and then it's at least
Just something.
there,
Yeah,
at least it's recorded, it's there.
yeah.
You can always improve it later. You can spice it up, you can polish it, you can send it to a engineer if you want, you can send it to me, I'll make it sound cleaner.
Yeah.
But whatever. And most people, they just think they're like, oh, I'm just a musician, and you know I just make the music and that's it. I wish I could get out there. It's like, well, you have to put it out there.
Yeah, one way or the other. It's like rookie mistake and all. That's like one thing I would recommend to anyone listening out there. Is like if you got an idea, at least minimally like record and like play what excuse me, record what you want to record in the future and all that, at least on your cell phone, just so you don't lose it forever. Because I can't tell you how many times I've actually had like really amazing ideas, and then next thing you know, I totally forgot to at least record it on my cell phone, and it's gone forever.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
You know that Oh man, I remember this one night I was with you and Kyler, and we were like jamming in your
Oh yeah, I
apartment,
remember
and
that
I had
shit.
this song that I was trying to teach you guys that I wrote, and I totally forgot the guitar part for it. I gotta like relearn the guitar, and I gotta like try to figure out the chords I was using, and there were like
Yeah.
some really fucking weird chords and really weird timing, which is like it worries me at the same time that it excites me. Like I can't wait until I find that riff again.
Dude, I think I
Like
actually have that
I,
video.
you have the
I
video?
have the video. Like it's like me, you, Kyler, Jen, and Val in my room.
I
And
don't
we're
think it's Val. I think it's just Jen.
and it
I
was
don't
it
think Val was there.
was it after like a trip to like Sedona or some bullshit?
Yeah, I think Val left though. So I think it was just me, you, Kyler, and Jen. It was just four of us, and it was like late. And the reason we stopped is because it was so late. And I was singing loud, and or I was playing loud. Kyler was singing loud, and you're like, "Hey guys, like, my neighbors probably don't like this."
Yeah.
And we're like, "Oh yeah."
Dude, that shit was funny though because even then, like Nate and like Ian came back from
Yeah,
like a
they
party
showed
and they're
up like
fucking screaming, dude.
they showed up like right after you stopped us. They
Yeah.
showed up and they're like, "What's up, motherfuckers?" They're
Yeah,
like
just total
screaming. And we're like, "Oh
pandemonium,
my
bro.
god!" Yeah, dude, Ian and Nate. I've had Ian on the podcast.
I remember that.
I
Yeah,
gotta
it's
get
fucking
Nate on here,
awesome.
dude.
Dude, yeah,
Nate's
he's got
wild. I
some
gotta get him
stories,
on
bro.
here.
He's got some
I
stories.
should get him on here with one of his bandmates. He's in more than Condemned Till Dawn, right? He's doing
No,
other projects, right?
he's actually not in Condemned Till Dawn anymore.
Oh, he's not.
No, dude, like not at all.
What? When did that
Actually,
happen?
I found this out not too long ago either, not, but like
Has it not been announced? Are we not
it's on
supposed to know this?
Instagram actually.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like I don't remember. I'm not sure if it's on Facebook because I honestly don't go on
So,
Facebook very often. But yeah,
so what about that? Like he left, and then they have another guitarist, or what?
believe it or not, like it was gonna be a three guitar like project thing, kind of like Periphery, where they had like three guitar players, but it's actually Ian on guitar.
Yeah, I know it's Ian
Yeah,
on
Ian
guitar,
guitar,
Caden on drums, Kyler on vocals, but who else is in it?
Tim.
Oh, okay, Tim.
Yeah.
Tim came back then.
Oh yeah, and then Emilio too.
Emilio.
You don't know
Oh,
Emilio?
Emilio's on drums.
Yeah.
God
No,
damn
no,
it.
no. Emilio's on bass.
Emilio's on bass. So who's on drums?
I honestly have, I think his name is Nick. I don't know.
Nick.
Please don't fucking come at me if I don't know the name, but I think it's Nick.
Caden is Amaya's drummer.
Yeah.
I always, for some reason, I always mix up the members of Amaya and Condemned. Like, I don't know. I'm friends with both those bands, and like, this stuff's keeping straight sometimes. But I haven't met either of those dudes, so I mix them up all the time.
Really.
But I gotta meet Emilio for sure.
Dude, he's so fucking laid back, dude. He's amazing. I'm gonna tell you something crazy as fuck. All right. So it's so crazy that like for one, obviously I like the band and all that, and like the replacement they had for me was Emilio. Not nothing wrong with him at all. But the crazy thing is he's literally born the exact same day I am, the exact same year. Our names both end with the IO, and we both happen to be Brown motherfuckers. Like it's the craziest thing ever, dude. We're both born July 30th,
they
1997.
they traded you for the same person.
Honestly, yeah, but he's a more sexier fella than I am. But yeah, he's awesome as fuck
That's
though.
debatable. I mean, that's a matter. That's subjective, ain't it?
True that. Hey, beauty's in the eye of the beholder.
Maybe somebody thinks Emilio's a gross piece of shit compared to you.
True that, but I highly doubt it. Well, I forgot to mention though too, but yeah, he's a front man in another band too. He's actually the front man for this band called Bloodsaw.
Oh, Bloodsaw. Okay. Yeah, I'm actually talking with Sage right now. We're gonna set up an
Oh, fucking
episode.
dope, dude. That's nice.
And I hit up Kill Command for for an episode for this podcast, and I got a hold of Sage, who I think is the drummer.
Yeah, I think so.
Sage is the drummer for Kill Command, but I guess he's in Bloodsaw as well. He told me that.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's interesting to see how many artists in the local scene, they like always bleed over into other bands and stuff. They always have their certain projects, and it's pretty interesting to see that.
Yeah, and I think he's also in another band called Eternals too, but I believe so. No, don't come at me for that one. But if you're listening, Emilio, I love you, dude. I'm glad that you took my place because I wouldn't know anyone else who would be able to take my place other than you. It needs to be a brand. It needs to be a minority. There needs to be
It
an
needs to be a
inclusion. Okay,
minority.
with 2022 now, you got to have some inclusion of other ethnicities and races.
Not only that, you have to be anti-racist.
That too. Yeah,
You don't only have to be inclusive, you have to be anti-exclusive,
100%.
whatever that means.
Yeah. I'm just agreeing, dude. I don't know what that means
It's
either.
getting ridiculous. I'm
Yeah.
so
I
confused.
mean, get me started on that. Oh my god.
Let's not throw the race thing into this. I don't get it.
Um, but yeah, dude, like they're doing pretty good. Like I'm not sure if you listened to their Condemn's new single. It's called Arsenius, and it's like actually like Kyler's first like song out there, which is his vocals, and it's pretty fucking badass, dude.
I'll have to check it out. Like he
Yeah.
wrote the vocals for it.
Oh yeah, he wrote the vocals. He's like
Nice,
totally doing the
dude.
vocals on that.
What's it called?
Arsenius.
Arsenius.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'll check that out, man. Condemned till dawn. When did that get released?
That was probably released like 2 months ago.
Two
Maybe
months
two
ago.
months ago.
Shit, I'm
I'm not,
behind.
maybe a month and a half.
I feel bad now. Those dudes are my friends.
Yeah.
I'll just have to pay closer attention. But yeah, it's been crazy having all these dudes on, having like everybody put their 2 cents into
Yeah.
the scene here in Arizona.
Yeah. Why don't I put my 2 cents into the Albuquerque story now that we're really talking about it like that. Like talking
Yeah,
about because I
dude.
mean I feel like
The Albuquerque
everyone
story.
yeah.
Go ahead and tell the Albuquerque
Yeah,
story,
dude.
dude.
So in case then you guys know, no, I'm pretty sure like you've heard a little bit of like what Kyler and Ian had to and maybe Attila had to say about it, but bro, like
Yeah, this is when
yeah,
Arcanaut and Condemned went all the way out to Texas. We were gonna do a show. Originally, the plan was to do a show in Austin, Texas, which is like East Texas. It's like fucking 11-hour drive.
yeah, brutal.
And then we were gonna hit a show in Albuquerque on the way back, and then we were gonna do a show in Flagstaff, Arizona, and then just drive back to Phoenix. But before we even left, the show in Flagstaff fell through. So we only had 2 dates for a show. Like we were gonna drive all the way to
So
Austin,
random.
all the way to Albuquerque, and then back to Arizona. And yeah, that's the whole thing. It was Arcanaut and Condemned. Fabio was in Condemned at the time. Let me hear your story, man.
Yeah, dude. So like first off, like we almost did like we had like almost not even gotten a van to even go out there. Like I was actually the one gonna be renting under my name. And then all of a sudden they're like, oh yeah, you had to be 26 to get a van. Like, are you fucking kidding me, Joe? Like, and then luckily, like, or no, I think it was 24. Luckily, Ian and all that was like the like eldest of us all, and also we just put it under his name, and we got like a sweet ass fucking like I think a Chevy of the year, not some like suburban whatever. But yeah, it was pretty. At least I was really comfortable. No, I think like Nate, like since he's like I was like 6 foot like 9 or something like that, he's like wasn't uncomfortable. It was uncomfortable for him, not. But yeah, like for us and all that, they were sleeping in the back, dude. Oh, okay. I was in the van right there too. It was like really late at night, and Tim like sometimes gets like very hyperactive, bro. And like I've never seen a man of his size literally like crawl like a worm to the back of the van like the way he did. Like it didn't even look like he like stepped like just like walked. It literally looked like he crawled through the back. He was screaming outside the window and all that. It was like probably 12 or 11 a.m. He may have had like an energy drink or something, but that was one part of the trip that amazed me. And then I think he cracked Kyler's Nintendo Switch screen, but yeah, it was pretty fucking
Is that
brutal.
when we left New Mexico?
That was, I think so.
Because I
Yeah, I
know we
think
left
so.
New Mexico like way late at night. That was the only time we were driving at night.
Yeah.
Because that's when we decided like we didn't want to get our trailer broken into, and then we were like, we need to
Yeah.
leave now.
No, that was actually on the way to like in the beginning of the trip actually. It wasn't like on the way back from New Mexico no, but it was on the way to the trip because like I actually have another story for that one too, but that was on the way over there and then like we actually switched like drivers so obviously like, it was quite a drive and all that. I think Ian took over and all the driving once we hit El Paso. No, actually I did. I started driving through Texas eventually, not like in the early morning. And then at one point, it was pretty funny, dude. Like, I think we got to our first like checkpoint stop and all. We obviously had to stop, and then people were asking us like questions. And there's this dude and all that was like, "Hey," or I forgot to tell you what other question he asked, but the only one question that kind of made me laugh a lot now because I was in a truck full of like white dudes and they asked me like,
Yeah.
"Hey, are y'all legal?" or something like that, and all that. Something that kind of sparked me like, yeah, like I'm the only Mexican on the
You're
truck.
asking the wrong guy.
Yeah, for real. Yeah, dude. Like, yeah,
Of course, I'm not legal.
yeah, for real.
Can't you see by my skin color?
Yeah, dude.
I'm
Like,
totally illegal.
wear as a badge of honor. I am illegal as fuck. Scratch, I'm not
Can't
illegal.
you tell how by I'm talking, bro?
Yeah.
Totally illegal.
I only sound like a coconut and all that, but like, yeah. But that was pretty funny and all that. Everyone started fucking like laughing their ass off and all. 'Cause I mean, like, what kind of question was that? But it was funny though. It was
Dude,
awesome.
I always think about like the for like what blows my mind the most is that fucking venue we showed up at in New Mexico. When we showed up to that
Oh,
venue,
dude.
the fucking I'll call them out. I don't give a shit. That venue sucks. Nobody should play there. It's
I think it's
um
Velvet Underground. Is
the
that what they're called?
Red Velvet Underground or something like
Yeah.
that. It was so bad. It was like this little strip mall. It looks like it used to be a fucking thrift store or something. Like it
Yeah.
was so bad, dude. It was so shitty.
It was weird, dude. Like,
It should not have
honestly.
been a bar. It should not have been a
Yeah.
bar.
And there was kids in that bar too. No, like, there's like whole families in that bar just eating. We opened the door and like everyone was looking at us. Like it was like one of those fucking old like fucking like cowboy western like fucking bars. Like you walk in, everyone just instantly knows you're
It
an
was not
outsider.
cowboy
And
western.
well, that not at all, not in that
The
sense, but it's the
people
people
in
like
there
yeah.
were looking a little like western cowboy, maybe just Southwest trash.
Oh yeah,
I don't
absolutely.
know.
That's a good way to put it. Southwest trash, dude. It was fucking. I've never seen tweakers like that before, dude.
Yeah, it
Like
was pretty
you
bad.
got Phoenix tweakers and you got like New
When
Mexico
we walked
tweakers.
in, there was a lady on the stage, in air quotes stage. Um, it was like just some wooden vinyl on the floor, like taped to the floor,
Yeah, dude, it's so
in
weird
front of
as
a
fuck.
PA, and
Yeah,
she was like with an acoustic guitar in front of a mic stand,
yeah,
and like there's maybe like six tables in the place, like a tiny little bar, and like another door on the side of the bar that went to like another side of the building.
yeah. And that was like where the real venue was at too.
Where
Like,
well, real venue. I
well,
don't know what
yeah,
the
yeah,
fuck.
yeah,
It's like they built a stage in the back of a warehouse or something. Like it looked
yeah. It's
really
fucking
bad, but like
yeah,
they were already setting up a rap show on the
yeah,
stage
dude. It
while
made
we
no
were.
sense.
It's
Like,
like what the fuck? This isn't even the stage we're playing on. They're like, no, you guys have this room. Room? What are you talking about? It's two fucking death metal bands here. A room?
yeah, dude, so fucking wild. I think there was another band that was also gonna play too, because I'm not sure if they're either
Really?
leaving or coming. Yeah, there's like some guys, and I remember I saw them loading up a drum set. It's like some random dudes, and yeah, there's like just so everyone else like listening to this podcast and all that. I actually have pictures and the venue, and there was like a chandelier on stage, by the way. Like it was super like close, like the ceiling was like very short, and like I think Nate was like got on stage and like he like went up to the chandelier and it was like literally up like to his head and all. Like he if he was headbanging, his head would have gone like his hair would
Dude,
have
it was
gotten
at
like
the
caught by that.
dance head. He was
Yeah,
literally eye level with the light bulbs. Like
really?
Nate was way taller
Yeah,
than the like than
yeah,
the chandelier. Like fucking Dan and Attila, those short motherfuckers were
yeah,
like
dude.
almost hitting the chandelier.
That's crazy as
And
fuck,
the
dude.
stage in that room, it was like for a stand up comedy show.
Yeah, that's
It
a good
was
way to put
not
it.
for a fucking metal band. Like it was literally like a bedroom size.
Yeah, on top of that too, no one was even there for like the metal. It was like all just like weird ass like tweaker rap like groups and all
Well,
that.
yeah,
And like
they were setting up a rap show, and there was a line out the door for this fucking rap show, full of fucking like people who were like tweakers, like they're all tatted up, all tweakers, all probably have prison time.
yeah,
Like they all looked like sketchy. Like I wouldn't talk to any of these people, and yeah, none of them were there for metal, and I'm 100% sure that both of our bands would have been louder than that rap show.
yeah.
So like some people would have got mad. We probably would have gotten a fight.
100%. They definitely look like the people that want to fight, and
They
it's
would
so
not have
weird, dude.
hesitated to fucking start swinging, I'm sure.
Yeah, it was like I remember like we were like debating too, and all whether we should have like just played or not. But like luckily we all decided to just get the fuck out of there. And I think the owner, or I'm not sure if it's the owner or the guy is like booking the show. Like they're trying to buy a CD off of you, and he's trying to pay you like in dimes and nickels or some
Yeah, dude,
bullshit.
that's exactly. Well, it wasn't even the owner. It was like the bartender
Oh,
who was
really?
there, like the guy who was running the bar, and he wasn't all there, man. Like he wasn't all there. I don't know why he was running the bar. He shouldn't have been in that position. Honestly, like if it was my bar, I would have not have been comfortable with letting this guy
Yeah, not at
take care
all.
of it. But he's asking me. He's like, "Hey, you guys got a CD I can buy at least? Like if you're not gonna play."
I remember this.
And he
Yeah.
wasn't upset at all that we weren't gonna play, and that's what like that kind of pissed me off.
It's like yeah, it's like we
Like
came
you're
out here from
like, yeah, we,
Arizona.
we can't play, dude. You guys can't accommodate a metal band, and he's just like, oh, okay.
Yeah, who the
We're
fuck
like,
is this guy? Who the fuck is this guy, dude?
I was like fuming. I was like, oh my god. It's like, God damn it, we did all this for
Yeah.
nothing, and so we shouldn't even have stopped in New Mexico at all.
Yeah, on top of that too, like as well also like bring up the fact like how sketchy the hotel was, dude. Like they literally had instructions right by the doors of what to do and what not to do, and like there's like these people they're trying to get like a tire off of a car. They didn't even have a fucking car jack. Like they're literally trying to take off the wheel off like the fucking car without a car jack. Like it was the sketchiest thing ever, dude. And then we like
Fucking Albuquerque,
yeah.
dude.
Yeah, we were over there, dude, and like I think I was like just waiting outside because like we're just outside and shit like that, and like probably this one guy, it was probably like a couple hookers or something, not because there's like these like two funky looking chicks coming out of this room and all that, dressed in like all like
Oh,
hookerish and all that. I
oh
mean, you
yeah,
can tell, no, you can tell.
definitely.
Like that's the kind of hotel where these kind of like folks be hanging around in.
It was bad, man.
Yeah, dude. And then we went to Walgreens and like I think the lady I think this was on the other podcast too and all that someone else that they just
Oh, it was.
casually asked us like, "Hey, is this your car?" I was like, "Oh, it's getting robbed by the way." Or something
No,
like
no,
that.
it
What was
was
that?
she walked up to us. We were looking for beer and there was no beer in the Walgreens. It was really weird.
It's weird as fuck.
And she walked up to us and she was like, "Hey, you guys need help with photos?" Because we were by the photo counter. We were
Really?
like, "No." She's like, "Okay, well, I was just outside checking for carjackers. Like, there's somebody been breaking into cars lately, and I was just out there looking for it. If you need any help, just let me know."
It's all casual,
And yeah,
dude.
just casual, like that happens every day. And we just looked at each other like, we gotta
Yeah,
go.
dude. We get the fuck out of here.
We have thousands of dollars in band equipment
Yeah.
in a trailer, like
Yeah.
in a parking lot at some sketchy ass venue with tweakers everywhere. Like, we gotta get out of here.
Yeah, dude. She was a super gore nest. It was pretty
Yeah,
fucking wild.
it was bad. And I remember calling the dudes. I was in the Walgreens. We hadn't even walked out yet. And I was calling Dan. I was like, hey, Dan, we got to get back to the hotel, pack our shit up, and leave. And he's like, what? Serious? What the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah.
And we're like, dude, this, like, we got to go. Like, our trailer's going to get broken into. Like, there's just
100%.
no doubt about it. Like, we got to leave.
Yeah.
Like, someone's going to bring a battery powered grinder and fucking just steal all our shit. Like,
Dude,
come
yeah.
on. And they didn't believe me. I had to fight like so hard to fucking leave that night.
Yeah, dude. And I
It's
remember
like, we
that.
need to leave. Like, all your shit's gonna get jacked, man. Like, I guarantee you somebody was scouting our trailer before we even left.
And I think like someone was like I'm not sure like one of the dudes like in Narcanut and all that at the time and all that were like trying to buy some weed off some random
Yeah, dude,
dudes and
they're
shit.
like Luis
Some
and Steven were
funky
trying to
ass
buy
like
weed
dudes,
from
yeah.
somebody they just fucking met in the parking lot. And I was like, dude, you don't want to buy weed from these people. We gotta
Yeah, absolutely.
go.
Yeah, dude, let's get the fuck out
Like,
of
I don't
here.
care. Like, I don't, there might be the one good person in the parking lot. I don't fucking give a shit. Like, we
Yeah,
gotta get out of here. Like,
yeah.
sorry, man. You're
But
gonna have to
yeah,
wait on that.
yeah, on top of that too, like I think while we were leaving Albuquerque, we ended up this one little town, Gallup, and it was a pretty interesting town. Like, I think we had some guy. I mean, there's a lot of things that happened in that town. First off, but one of the things when we first got there, some random dude came up to me like, "Hey, can you buy me a beer?" And like, I'm like, "No." And he's like, "Ah, fuck you then." He just walked away and all that. I'm like, "Dude, like, well,
That
that's
shit happens in Phoenix.
well, okay then. Yeah, so that's not too uncommon then. That just kind of
That
like
shit
that was just
happens
kind of
in
weird for me
Phoenix
and
all
all
the
that.
time.
But what didn't happen in Phoenix often was like this fucking stink bug swarms, dude. Like you remember that shit?
Oh, dude,
That was brutal as
when we were
fuck.
coming back from Albuquerque, somewhere in between Arizona and New Mexico,
I think it was Holbrook.
somewhere near the border,
Yeah,
there was like this migration of those green like stink beetles or like green little leaf shaped.
Yeah,
like little beetles. They're like flat kind of, and there were thousands and
yeah,
thousands of them.
dude.
They were like just smashing into the windshield. Like there were just clouds and swarms of them randomly.
It was of biblical proportions. Like it
Oh
was
yeah.
really fucking intense, dude. Like I think at one point, like you actually like we were like next to the bathrooms or some wall that covered with them, and then you fucking like just got a handful, just didn't know, just like slapped them on me, and like I just like ran for my life or something. That shit was fucking
Dude, I have
funny as
that
fuck,
video.
dude.
I still have that
Yeah,
video. Like I took a
yeah,
video of I videoed the bugs. I was like, look at all these bugs, and then just swiped them at you.
yeah,
Like
dude. That
on the
was funny as
video, you're
fuck,
like
dude.
running. You're like, oh
Yeah.
shit.
Dude. And then I think me and Dan and Kyler we went to like some other parking lot over there, like probably like not too far from there. And there was like tons of them just like swarming around like these big huge like parking lot lights.
Yeah,
They
dude,
would
there's
do like
like
fucking millions
fucking
of them, dude.
millions.
Yeah. It
They're
was
literally
insane.
covering the like you couldn't read the gas gauge.
Yeah.
They're just covering the entire face of it.
Yeah.
Like I had to swipe it away to like read the gas, like how much gas I was
Yeah,
putting in.
dude.
It was nuts.
It was brutal as
I've
fuck.
never seen so many bugs in my life. It was
And
crazy.
yeah, dude, it was crazy too. Like fucking one of them actually happened to get on Tim's hair, and like Tim
Oh
felt
yeah,
something
dude.
here. He's like, dude, I need to stop. Like
We
he
had to
just
stop. Like
he
he
stopped really
freaked out and
fast,
we
dude.
stopped. And like I remember you guys like flashed your lights and like honked your horn and pulled over.
Oh yeah.
And we were like, oh shit, like they're pulling over. Like what's wrong? And I remember getting out and going over there and I saw Tim like just dancing around,
Yeah.
like fucking scraping his hair around, like
Dude,
running around
yeah.
like the driver door. Like I was like, wait, we stopped because there's a bug in the car? Like what?
Yeah.
He's like, no, guys, you don't get. I was freaking out.
It
I
was
remember
brutal,
just being
dude.
like, I was like, at that moment, I was so tired, and so like, we stopped for this. Like, are you serious? Like these bugs, it's not like wasps. Like,
Yeah. Oh, dude. Oh, if it was
it's like,
wasp, dude, like we just,
whatever.
I
Like,
wouldn't even stop for take a piss, dude. I would just fucking just keep on going if I was
yeah,
driving. Fuck that shit,
we would
dude.
have found a different gas station.
Yeah, but then they were still in Phoenix too afterwards. It was crazy as fuck. Like we left Gallup and like we're like okay we're fucking gone from them. And then they happened to be in like we're not sorry they're not in Phoenix. They were in like in the other little town in Arizona too up north. And like I think we just drove off. Like we're like fuck this shit. We just drove off and
Yeah, dude,
yeah
there's like well, I think there was like a migration around the valley. You
yeah
know, like on the east side of the
like
valley.
southwest.
You know where like the Superstition Mountains are? Like
No.
way east side of Mesa. Like they're like way like 20 miles east of
Oh
Mesa.
yeah 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 yeah
That's
yeah
like the last bit of mountains before New Mexico.
yeah
So like that mountain range, like over on in that, like if you look north to south, if you draw a line, like that's pretty much where the migration ended.
yeah.
They didn't fly over the mountains. So it's like that whole valley in New Mexico, like on that side of the mountains, they were all just flooding south.
It was brutal, dude.
Dude, it's hard to describe how many there were. Like the bugs were like green leaves, and it's like all the gas pumps were just colored green.
Yeah.
It's like literally they covered all of it. I was like, what the fuck am I looking at?
I
Like
was
this is
tripping.
so
Yeah.
weird. It's
I
like
was tripping balls,
alien.
dude. And I was like, fuck, dude. Like, the world's gonna end, bro. And then, hey, wait a minute. The world is ending right now.
No, it's not ending. But luckily they
uh,
don't if they ate corn, we'd be fucked.
oh, yeah. True fucking that,
Or
dude.
maybe they do. Maybe they just spray enough pesticides to get rid of them.
I love it how we started this podcast talking about bugs. We stopped, and now we're talking about bugs again.
Yeah, dude, we're still talking about bugs.
Fuck yeah,
Whatever.
dude.
Talk about bugs again. I don't care.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah, dude. Actually, I still want that. I still want a fire ant colony. I want a fire ant colony with a queen. I think that'd be cool as fuck.
Should do it.
I was thinking about building a design where it's like if you could imagine like a cross, like an X.
Yeah.
Like if you're looking at it from the top, it would look like an X. But every one of those like areas is going to be like two sheets of plexiglass, like
Yeah.
an area in the middle. So it's going to be like four ant farms that are combined in the center. It's going to shape like an X. So it's going to be like four ant farms, you know? You can like rotate it,
Ooh.
like look at all the different like tunnels. But I want a spot on the top where it's like a chamber where you can like feed them, like throw a cockroach or a cricket in there. And I've just always wanted a big ass fire ant farm. I think it'd be cool as hell.
That'd be really neat, dude. Honestly, like I really hope you do that one day. Honestly, I'd help you out if you need help, like setting stuff up. Because I'm like a big fan of like, I don't think they need too much honestly in there. I think maybe just some dirt and sand, honestly, because they're not very picky. But I'm like a really big fan too. Also, of like my other hobby is actually making like terrariums. Like they basically like these little like jars with like plants and moss and all that, and just like closing them off and never open them again. Like I have this one that I've had for almost 2 years. The little fern that's inside of it has grown like probably 3 times. The moss is thriving. I've never watered it for probably a couple months, and dude, like that terrarium's pretty fucking cool. You just gotta make sure that it gets enough, like obviously, like artificial UV sunlight from like a little bulb. But yeah, dude, like it'd be cool to have a terrarium slash ant farm as well too. Like that'd be fucking the shit.
Yeah, man, I've always wanted to like try to get like a somewhat of a self-sustaining system where you could just like let it go, like
Yeah,
just watch it. But I mean, obviously you would have to introduce some sort of like protein or some sort of
like feeding like some
some
like
sort of
food.
food
Yeah, true
because
that.
I'm not going to support an entire food system as well. That would be way too much.
Oh yeah,
But I wouldn't mind adding food if I could get an ant colony to last a few years. I think that'd
yeah.
be kind of a cool project, especially if it was like a coffee table or something that rotated. You
Oh,
could like
dude, hell
check out the
yeah.
different sides, or even if you set it in the corner of a room, it's just like a tall, like bookshelf size, like, rotatable structure.
Yeah.
And like you just have a hollow column down all the blades of the structure, and then like they can crawl up and down those that hollow inside, and then they could just make their branches into the different spots.
That'd be neat, dude. Like, you're also gonna have to have a backup plan because, like, what are you gonna do if, like, they, like, say, worst case scenario, someone or you accidentally make a hole in there, or like you accidentally break something, you don't realize it, and they all come out the next day.
Well, the way you would build it is like the weakest point would be the panels.
Yeah,
So if a panel breaks, that's the only time they're ever going to get out.
yeah. But say worst
The
case, yeah,
weakest point would have to be one of those panels so that you could see exactly if something breaks.
yeah,
Now, there's all sorts of structural things that I've always been thinking of as far as like protecting those panels. But I mean, they're going to be plexiglass. They're not going to be actual glass.
yeah.
I would make it out of plastic for sure. Ants don't give a shit either way, but I do. I don't want glass panels.
Absolutely not.
Just have something shatter and like thousands of ants in my room.
Dude,
Like,
that'd
oh
be so
no.
bad, dude. Like, yeah, I wouldn't know what to do. Like,
I would just immediately grab some like WD-40 to start blasting.
oh yeah,
Start killing them.
yeah.
Die.
You have to perform an apocalypse on them, dude.
Oh yeah, they would have to die. I'd have to start over.
I've actually had to do that once. Unfortunately, it's like really fucking depressing. But like, I had a terrarium one time. Like, not I didn't have like any bugs in this one. It was just like a moss terrarium. But like, it was starting to get overrun by like shit ton of like fucking like invasive like mites. And like these mice were just like eventually started kind of like one or two of them started squeezing through the crevice and all that and started crawling out into like my little like table or my bookshelf, whatever. And I'm like, all right, like this is getting out of hand. They're not any use to me, and like they're just fucking like really shitty things. I don't want them going to my other terrarium, so I had to let that one out in the sun, and yeah, I had to kill off the fucking terrarium, which is kind of a sad thing to do. But I mean, sometimes you just gotta fucking like kind of act like God and just like perform apocalypse on them,
Yeah, that's what
which is
happens in
weird.
nature.
Yeah.
If an ant queen builds her colony in the wrong spot, and like all of a sudden a lawnmower comes over,
Oh, do that?
like they're
Yeah.
fucked, dude.
It's
They're
fucked,
fucked,
dude.
man.
Yeah.
Sometimes it happens. Sometimes they can survive the lawnmower apocalypse.
Yeah.
Sometimes that's just like seasonal, weekly.
I've seen this one guy, dude, like on YouTube. Like, I think he like fucking got some boiling hot like aluminum or something,
Like a
and
molten aluminum.
yeah, and he dropped it into the fucking
Yeah,
like
dude,
anthill.
that's like a popular thing. That's more than one person. A lot of
Yeah,
people do that. But if you find a big enough anthill, it can make a pretty impressive sculpture.
yeah.
The thing is, digging it out, that's
Be a pain in the ass, I bet,
that's
dude.
what takes the longest. Because like
Yeah,
you can melt the oh, excuse me, you can melt the aluminum and pour it within a matter of like an hour.
yeah,
It's not hard to do that. You just got to heat up the aluminum.
right.
When you dig it out, you have to make sure you don't break it. because aluminum is not very strong, so you can't just use a shovel.
Oh yeah,
You can't just use a big ass shovel and start like smashing your foot down. You're just gonna break all your sculpture you just made.
correct. And then on top of that, they just fucking dig so deep and like such weird like fucking patterns and shapes of their tunnels. Like it's just I would assume it's just so fucking sensitive and it's so like difficult to do that,
You
but
pretty
fun.
much got to use a brush,
Yeah.
like a broom.
It's like an
Just brush it
archaeological
away.
shit. Yeah.
Yeah, I would probably do a smaller ant colony if I were ever to do something like that.
Fuck yeah, dude.
My brother does have like a smelter though. He made his own smelter, so
Oh
he melts like
really?
metal and stuff.
It's fucking
And
badass.
I used to do a lot of a lot of electrical work, like residential electrical stuff.
Mhm.
So I used to get a lot of copper wire and like a lot of copper scraps. I just kind of throw it in my tool bag at the end of the
Nice,
day.
dude.
You know, the company I was working for, the guy was a fucking big piece of shit. So I didn't feel bad at all taking the copper off the
As
job
you
site.
shouldn't. Yeah, fuck that
The
guy.
guy had been bankrupt like 3 times and he started again. Like he's hiring all sorts of fucking illegal, like to get the job done as cheap as fucking
Damn,
possible. Like,
dude.
dude, this guy was a big piece of shit and I could
Yeah.
tell. Like I should never have worked for him in the first place.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'm gonna take all the copper I can. All the copper scrap I can. Like this guy's not paying attention, I can tell.
Yeah.
Like none of the other Mexican dudes can tell either. Like, well, they took more copper than I did, so I probably
You
took the
might
least
as
amount of
well,
copper
dude.
out of
No, just hop on
everybody.
like a
Like
fucking
fuck.
copper train, dude.
But
Take it all.
I remember I stripped it all down and just gave it to my brother. And my brother like smelted it. We have a whole bunch of copper ingots,
Oh, that's fucking
like
cool.
just solid little copper ingots. Like it's probably so much money in copper.
You'd be
We
yeah.
probably have like thousands of dollars in like ingots.
You'd be surprised, honestly. No, copper doesn't really sell for much. Like
Dude,
honestly, like
I don't.
silver though. Like well, actually
You'd
no.
be surprised, dude. Copper sells for a fucking lot, man.
Seriously, I don't
Copper's
know. Like
expensive,
at least
man.
people try to bring me like copper ingots before in the pawn shop. I'm like, yeah, dude, this is only worth like $3.
Well, a pawn shop,
Yeah.
yeah, it's only worth $3. Like,
Yeah, just
it's
like
not.
the thing is, we only like see it just like the at least like if us no, we see it as like the scrap metal value. At least I'm assuming like in your line of work, it's actually useful because you use them for like the wires, you use them for like the industrial like things and actual useful things. I just like yeah, it makes more sense and I'd be more valuable at least like in that term and all that. Because even silver in my silver right now sells for about like $21 the ounce, and like you can get a bracelet like this for like $500. But like melting this down, so in a pawn shop, I would only get like $5 or probably $10 for this. As crazy as it sounds, it's pretty stupid, but yeah,
Yeah, I mean, the raw material is different depending on who you're selling it to.
yeah,
If you're selling it to a scrap yard, they're buying it by the ounce or by the pound. You know, they're buying it by the pound for like a specific rate, and that's if it's clean or not. And not clean would be like if you're giving them a fucking generator. If you're giving them a
yeah,
coil of copper,
yeah,
just fucking cut right out of a generator. You could cut it out with a sawzall and just give them the
mhm,
coil of copper like that, and it's considered like dirty copper.
yeah,
Or you can give them like stripped wire, and it's called clean copper, bare,
nice,
no insulation. You can give it to them like that. But also, if you try to give them bare copper and they see signs that you stripped all the insulation off, they won't take it.
oh wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah, they don't take it. I don't know if that's by law or whatever, but they can't buy stolen material.
That's good at least. That's good.
Yeah, because people will literally like fucking. You can open up a fucking street light and rip the wire out. Copper's not very hard. You can, if you attach it to a truck tow hitch
Yeah,
and fucking drive the truck, you're probably gonna end up with a lot of copper on the end.
fuck, dude,
You can sell
damn,
that copper for scrap.
right,
But it's like if they find out that you like stripped it off and like stripped all the insulation and try to sell it for the higher amount or whatever, and it's significantly more for the
yeah,
clean copper, like they'll bust you. But
fuck,
me and my brother, we just took the copper and melted it down ourselves.
that's good. Fuck yeah,
Let's
dude.
make some ingots. Maybe we can make a. We're planning on making a mold someday. My idea was to make a mold of like Abraham Lincoln
That's
and
nice.
like
Fuck
pour
yeah.
a mold of Abraham Lincoln and like a solid copper Abraham Lincoln head.
Ooh,
That'd be fucking
that'd
cool,
be really
dude.
fucking
That'd
rad,
be
dude.
dope. It would just be a cool sculpture, but I don't know what we're gonna do with it yet. We're still sitting on it,
Damn.
but yeah, I don't know. It's
Fun.
pretty cool.
Yeah.
Melting metal down. He has a lot of aluminum. We melted down a lot of cans, but that's not the right way to do aluminum. You got to get scrap aluminum that's like high grade, high quality. He worked at a it was like a laser calibration, like or laser manufacturing
Yeah.
facility. He did like the calibration on the lasers. It was like just a bullshit assembly line job. But he said there was a scrap bucket of aluminum that was just always full,
Yeah.
and like nobody ever did anything with it. And he said the management of the company was really shitty. Like nobody knew what was going on anyways. Like
Damn,
he
dude.
knew nobody was paying attention to the scrap aluminum. So every once in a while he just fill up his tool bag with fucking
There
aluminum
you go.
scrap. And like
Yeah.
this is like they're using it on lasers. So it's like aircraft grade aluminum.
Holy
Like it's
fuck.
like
Yeah.
pure. Like 99.999% aluminum and shit. You melt that down, we have way more aluminum ingots than copper ingots. Like we
Nice.
have so much fucking like pure aluminum. It's insane. And like the difference in the ingots is crazy. Like the
Oh
aluminum
yeah.
ingots are like tenth of the weight of the copper
Like
ones.
some are more denser
it's
than others.
it's so
Yeah.
weird to feel it because like you can tell they're both metal, but like one of them feels like nothing and the other one feels like way
Heavy as fuck.
heavier than
Yeah.
it should.
Oh
Copper
yeah.
is a heavy fucking metal.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's heavier than steel.
Really?
Yeah, it's way denser than steel.
Damn,
It's why it
dude.
carries electricity so well. It's because it's so dense. All
Well,
those
that makes a lot of
electrons, they
sense.
don't have to do shit to transfer that electricity. Like they're right next to each other anyways. They're like already there. And yeah, I don't know. Copper just transfers metal or transfers electricity way faster than that other metal.
Fuck yeah.
It's crazy, man. I want to make some sculptures.
Yeah. Fun fact, I'm not sure if you knew this or not, but turquoise actually comes from copper, not from just like the water going through the turquoise or going through the copper and eventually kind of like rusting essentially and all
Yeah.
that because turquoise is essentially the rust of copper.
Yeah, it's copper oxide.
Hmm.
It's actually if you burn copper, if you get it hot enough to actually ignite, it's
Yeah.
hard to do, but if you combine it with magnesium, it's possible. It actually turns that color.
Oh,
The
really?
fire is literally the color of turquoise.
That's fucking
It's the
amazing.
same hue. And like so if you ever see like fireworks that are like green and blue and shit, there's
Yeah.
definitely a shitload of copper in there.
That's fucking rad, dude.
It's copper oxide specifically. If you burn turquoise, it turns like blue like that. It's
Hmm.
pretty crazy.
That's cool. Yeah, I'm not sure if you knew this, and I'm pretty sure you may have seen it in my stories now. But for a while, I was actually like becoming a silversmith too. To know that, like,
Oh,
I
nice.
was going to start like doing like just making like my own Native American style jewelry and whatnot. I'm still into silver like really heavily too. Like I love silver, but I kind of got tired of it and like you know what, like this is not for me. But definitely learned the ins and outs of like just like creating like a silver jewelry like that was super cool, very fun. It's just a lot of time consuming stuff that kind of gets like very boring after a while. You're just doing like working with your hands a lot, which is not bad for some people, not for me. Like, all right, I need more action in my life other than that. But
Yeah, the way I look at it is like physical hobbies like that, like you put a lot of time and effort into it. And I could equate that to drawing, honestly. And I've mentioned this a few times on the podcast already. But like when it comes to drawing, like like I don't want to sound like I'm fucking arrogant or nothing, but I'm like I'm pretty good at drawing.
oh, I know you're good. Yeah,
And
absolutely.
I like to draw and I like to make art and I like to like put my ideas onto paper. I'm like super visual in my memory and my imagination. I can see things. And when it comes to actually drawing it, I'm taking like 10 to 12 hours to like even more, dude. I've spent like 20, 24
Yeah,
hours on a drawing, not straight, but like day after day. You
yeah,
put
that's good.
three more hours, 4 more hours into it. And like, you come out with like a single drawing and you're like, okay, cool. I have a drawing.
Fuck yeah,
And then
dude.
like, that's one.
Uh,
you know
that's
and
that's just exactly
it's
like
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 you
in
have one you
silver,
have
dude.
one
Yeah,
drawing and it's like okay and like okay what's next and like you got to put like
right,
20 more hours into the next
right.
thing and it's
So
like
yeah,
shit man like it's drawing is cool because I like the end product. I
yeah,
like that I can take something from my imagination and put it onto paper, and even if it's not like fully developed yet, I can develop it as I'm putting it down. And
yeah,
like that's even more fun. I like fucking making a drawing come to life as I'm drawing it. Like that's really cool. But like it takes so many hours to get the finished product like to a point where it's actually presentable
Yeah.
in to my standards. Like if I want to present it, I can't leave half of the page undone,
Yeah, like you don't want to
you
ever
know.
half-ass anything either. No, like at least like that's how I was with like my like ring that I made. Like I wanted to make sure just like you, just like, it was like fucking perfect, and like I don't want to leave room for any sort of errors. Like because I don't, at least for me, no, at least I'm very critical of my work. I don't want anyone to like look at it like, oh yeah, you could have done this or you could have done that. I'm like I want to make sure it's like as perfect as possible. At least that's how I am. Speaking of which, I actually still have your painting of the mushroom in my room. And I fucking hang in my wall, and like I do not want to get rid of it. It's like one of my favorite ones actually,
Nice, dude.
because like it just looks so beautiful. Like when
I
I
really
have it,
appreciate that, dude.
my lights like fucking change in a lot of colors and all. Because I used to be really all about the lights, and I still kind of am. But like your artwork, and like I'm not sure if anyone knows this. Well, that's kind of dumb. Everyone knows it's not, but I actually get a lot of my art not from Paige Writer and Bethany Writer and Dakota
Oh yeah,
Douglas. No,
Paige.
those
I'm
guys
totally
like
gonna have Paige on my podcast soon. I
yeah.
have to.
Just a heads up.
I
No,
hope
like
you're listening to
yeah.
this, Paige. You're soon. You're next.
Yeah, yeah, come on here. Or just have them all three of them on here.
I should all at the same time.
Yeah,
No, I can't do that.
the Ryder
That's too
sisters.
many. I don't have enough mics yet.
We'll get more.
Gotta borrow some. I don't know.
But yeah, just for anyone that doesn't know this, you guys need to purchase their art because like they're really fucking amazing.
Yeah,
And
go
yeah,
check out Paige Ryder, Beth Ryder, and Dakota Douglas. All of their art is it's very creative. I like it a lot. And are they all still in the same band, or did
oh, I'm not even sure what's going on. I
'cause
think they're kind
I
of
know
in
Paige
hiatus.
is trying to get Beef started. She's trying to keep going on Beef. I know that for a fact, but I don't know the other girls. I don't know how into it they are, you
Hmm.
know. I don't know if you've heard anything else.
I don't. Yeah, I don't know anything that's going on with beef and all
All
that.
right. I'll just have to hear it
But
straight from
yeah, they're
Paige then.
yeah. I'd ask Paige for sure and all that. But dude, like they're really fucking badass. Like they played. At least like Paige and Dakota played like with my farewell, like little show and all that. Well, that was like my last show with Condemned Todan, and they sounded fucking badass, dude. Were you there by the way?
I don't think so.
Oh, dude, you missed out, bro. Yeah, they played. I'm thinking like one or two songs, or they may have played the same song twice. But dude, that shit was fucking gnarly as hell. Like they actually got some sick ass riffs. I mean, like Paige got some vocals, dude. Like she fucking kills it. They all kill it, honestly. But yeah, highly recommend it. Right. Also, you guys need to keep that band going. If you guys are not doing it, like please do it, because like I want to
Yeah,
listen to more
beef, dude.
beef.
Let's get beef
Yeah,
rolling,
for
man.
real.
Let's get some beef going.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's four E's. BEEEEF.
Yeah.
All capital.
Do you know there's actually like a metal band in Arizona? I think they're called Pig. It's like weird. No, it's like it's a band. I think it's about like I'm not sure if it's about pigs or if it's even spelled like
Oh,
pig.
dude,
But
no, I think it's called it's got a different name, but I know what you're talking about. Shit, Art was telling me about it. It's like a really like thrashy kind of grindy band,
yeah,
right? Yeah, fuck, man. I got to ask Art about that. I'm sure it's in. Man, it might be in the podcast with Dakota,
yeah.
but I'm gonna have Art on here eventually,
Dude, fuck
so
yeah,
I'm
it'd be
sure Art
amazing,
will talk
dude.
about it. I'm sure he showed it to Pig City, right? Pig City.
Not so sure. I honestly don't
I'm
know,
pretty sure it's
but
called Pig City.
it could be that, or it could just be like I think it's like spelled like PYG too. Like I don't think it's just like pig or
Oh,
Pig City.
maybe we're talking about two different bands then.
Oh yeah, it could be. It's probably a separate one.
Because when Art told me about Pig City, we were talking about Pelvic Meatloaf and Scattered Guts and that kind of scene. He said that was another band that was in that circle.
I think it's yeah for sure different one.
Okay, yeah, because it's like the thrash scene in Arizona. They're all like it's like really big. You're like a really small clique.
Yeah.
You're all like, it's like Pelvic Meatloaf. They have like Metalheads MC. It's like the same dudes who run that
Dude,
spot.
that was a really funky venue, dude.
Dude,
Like,
that venue is dope. They still do
yeah,
shows, man.
really.
Yeah, they still do shows. You
Is
can
it?
find them on
Yeah.
Facebook.
Are we? So just like on the podcast, like, there's some things that we should not talk about in that about that venue, or like, we're just keep it.
Try not to incriminate people.
Okay, yeah. Just all all I'm gonna say is that if you've never been to a show with a Metalheads MC, You definitely need to go because it's quite the experience and it's actually pretty cool.
Yeah, if you can get in there, that's cool. It is a private venue, so it's not like you don't just walk in the door.
No.
You better have a reason you're walking in. Like
Especially,
it's
yeah.
not like they don't have an open sign flashing or nothing. They have like a really small sign and you got to know where you're going to get
Yeah.
to like go. Like it's just at a strip mall. I mean, there's like a sports bar next to it. There's like a some I'm probably a salon there, I think. But like it's just like all blacked out windows. They're not
Yeah.
tinted, they're blacked out,
And like you'll know you're in
and
the right spot if you see a lot of choppers outside the place.
yeah, there's a lot of motorcycles all the
Yeah.
time. But yeah, that's a really cool venue, man. They got like bras all over the ceilings.
Yeah.
They got like a dartboard and a pool table in the front, but after the dartboard and pool table, that's like just a lobby. And then there's like a swinging like western door
Oh
that goes into the
yeah.
actual main bar venue.
Remember that?
It's pretty cool, dude. It's pretty wild.
Yeah. I wish I can go there again one day, but I don't know many. Wait, I do know a lot of bands that go play there often. I just need to go out to the shows more often.
Yeah, I keep seeing I see posters that say Metalheads or I think it's Metalheads. I forgot what they
MC or
advertise it as. I think they just call it Metalhead Club or Metalheads.
is it not Metalhead's MC?
I think it's just Metalheads Club. I
Oh,
don't think it's called Motorcycle Club anymore. I'm not sure. You'd have to look it up, but it's on Facebook.
yeah.
Like it's definitely there. They don't like try to keep it a secret or anything, but they don't advertise it as a bar,
Right.
you know. But it's a pretty cool place.
Yeah. Paige and the sisters. And all, if you guys get the band going, you guys definitely need to play there. That's all I'm gonna say. You guys need to play
They
there.
would love you over there. Oh my god.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah, that'd be dope. Have Beef play there. You guys need somebody who could like run around in a cow costume. Like how Black Dahlia had the manager run out in the gorilla costume every once in a while.
Oh, I've never seen that one, but
Yeah, dude. I remember watching their little documentary they made. They said they would roll a D20, and if it
mm,
hit 20, the manager would get in a gorilla costume and run out on stage.
oh
Like,
shit, that's pretty fucking rad, dude.
so
But yeah,
like that was like the story. I don't know how true it was, but that's what they said in their documentary.
oh,
And yeah, it's pretty nuts. Like they should do that something like that with a cow costume. Where they like
they really
have
rad,
somebody run
dude.
out in a just a inflatable cow poofy like
Be fucking awesome, dude. It's gotta be like one of those like costumes where like, or one of those costumes. I'm not sure if you're familiar with that one episode of SpongeBob when like Patrick gets into like a gorilla costume and then like he just like zips it down or something
yeah,
like that kind of
perfect.
style. Be fucking amazing. And then have someone walk in dressed like them. That's actually not them, and it's just a fucking cow and like whoever's like dressed as the cow costume. I don't know, just some fucking weird, crazy bullshit, dude. My mind goes to weird places, but yeah, yeah. Was gonna mention though too, but yeah, it's crazy as fuck that the lead singer of like Dahlia Murder Not fucking like died recently. I feel so bad for never going to one of those shows because I know Tim was like such a hardcore like metal or fan of them. I think the only reason why I know about them is just because of Tim. Even since high school, he's been listening to them. But yeah, dude, like
Dude,
they're an
I've been
amazing
to a few
band.
of their shows, and
Really?
holy fuck, dude, that band, goddamn, they put on a show like it was insane. Like I don't know, no, like I can't think of a time where I saw them where I could say anything bad. Like all the times I saw them, it was just like the perfect fucking metal show. Like they went
Really?
on stage and they blew everybody the fuck away.
Yeah.
Everyone was fucking just absolutely out of their mind.
Yeah.
And like that was it. Like the only times I saw them though, they were headlining.
Really?
So they were the headliner each time. I never saw them as an opening band.
Yeah, they're fucking amazing,
So
dude.
I guess I can't say I know them at that level, but I know them as an opening, as a headlining band, and
Yeah.
holy fuck, they destroyed. And
Yeah.
like Trevor was fucking amazing. Like
Yeah.
it's so sad, but damn, like I can't even imagine.
Yeah, if any of you guys are feeling down or feeling like that, man, just make sure to contact your friends because life's pretty short and we only live once. That's
Yeah,
kind of fucking
there's
that's
always
super
people
weird,
there,
but yeah,
man. And even if you feel like there's not, like I guess my advice would be just to, try something new.
Yeah,
Fucking just try something new. Get involved with a different circle. See if there's anyone else that'll fucking help you out. Cause like sometimes you feel trapped. Sometimes you feel like there's only certain things. There's only certain avenues you can take. And shit, man, starting a new project has always opened so many
right,
doors for me. Has always opened my mind, like in a way that like sometimes a person can't.
right,
Sometimes
absolutely,
it takes an entire group of people to really open up that like will to live, if you
absolutely.
if you want to put it that way. But man, I've felt that for sure.
Yeah.
But man, it's definitely a sad thing to hear about that news.
Speaking of getting like a new group and all that, I actually found some new homies and all that in this one jujitsu. I'm not sure if I mentioned it earlier or not, but starting jujitsu now and it's like pretty fucking crazy. Like I actually learned how to do an arm bar the other day.
Oh yeah, that sounds intense, man.
Dude, yeah, like I've never had been
Yeah.
like my ass worked out like since like then. Like I thought
You gotta like lock
football.
your legs around their shoulder
Oh
and like
yeah,
fucking
dude.
yank back
Yeah,
and
100%. Like I
God, I
mean,
bet that's hard.
I've been doing it for probably like 2 months now, and I've already learned how to like fucking like break bones in many different ways and all that. But yeah, it's like awesome as fuck. Um, just the other day too, I think I did something like really fucking stupid. I actually ended up tearing something in my knee. Like it was weird. This is the weirdest thing ever. Like I like
Oh,
bended my knee the wrong way, and all of a sudden it sounded like as if like some like clothes was like tearing. Like it was so fucking loud. My partner actually thought I tore my gi, but it was my fucking knee, dude.
ouch.
Yeah.
I hate that, dude. That sound makes me grind my teeth. Like,
Yeah.
oh man, I can't even imagine it.
Yeah, it was pretty brutal. I was like out of jiu-jitsu for probably 2 weeks after that. And even to this day, it still kind of gives me slight issues if I'm like bending it too much of the wrong way, but it's gotten a lot better. But yeah, I highly recommend anyone out there that's looking for something new, like a new hobby, or even just trying to get in shape, like go check out jiu-jitsu. No, the one I go to is I think it's Gracie AZ Jiu-Jitsu on 16th Street in Indian School, and like, that school is like super fucking cool and laid back.
Yeah, I've seen that one.
Yeah.
I've actually seen that one. There's a couple of Gracie dojos around here, isn't there?
Oh yeah, I think there's one like in actually not even that far from here, like somewhere here, but like in like Deer Valley or like in North Valley for sure, and I think in Mesa too. No, but yeah, those like big ass schools can cost quite a bit. The one I go to is a little cheaper, and I only go to that one because like it's like works with my work schedule. It's like really late at night, but yeah, dude, like any of them, they'd be really fucking cool though. Just the name Gracie alone, no, it's like a really fucking good name and good for a good school.
Yeah, I know they have a standard.
Oh yeah, the fucking standards to work your ass off and fucking like attempt to kill your ass, dude. Like they're brutal. I love them.
Well, if you're not working your ass off, it's fake.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
If you're not working your ass off, you might as well just go watch YouTube videos.
yeah. Dude, have you ever seen the one YouTube video of that one guy who like attempts to like teach you self-defense with like the worst fucking tactics ever? It's like
Yeah,
some
dude. I know
dude.
the I know the dude you're talking about. He's like some Hispanic dude. He's like short and like kind of stocky. He's like obviously an ex-cop,
Yeah,
and like he tries to tell you how to disarm people and like how to like flip people over if they're pointing a gun in your
yeah.
face. And it's like
Dude, you're just teaching people.
you're asking to get
Yeah,
shot in the face,
exactly.
man.
People are just gonna fucking kill you at
You
that
know how quick
point.
it is to pull a trigger?
Yeah, yeah.
Like, and people do that by accident. Like,
Yeah. Unless like you accidentally someone has fucking arthritis and their finger just locks up and they can't pull the trigger, there's no
yeah,
way. Yeah,
unless
dude.
the safety's on
Yeah.
accident. Like,
There's no way no you're gonna fucking like outmaneuver. You're not no one's Batman. You can't fucking just dodge a bullet or something like that. Like this it's crazy as fuck. Don't
yeah,
listen
there's
to any
only one
advice.
Batman at a time, and right now it's Robert Patterson,
Yeah, for real.
and I'm pretty sure he can't even do it. Okay, so
Yeah. It's pretty amazing to have seen like someone like him like become from like he come from like a vampire to finally becoming the bat. Like he fucking did it, dude. Like it's so weird.
yeah, I was just watching the new Batman earlier, but unfortunately I didn't get enough sleep last night, and I was like kind of passing out. But I gotta rewatch it. I know Attila. I've had him on twice, but I know Attila told me that I really need to watch that movie, and I trust Attila's opinions in movies. that
Yeah.
guy is like as objective as it could be. Like this is his opinions.
Yeah.
He sees everything from outside the box, and it's really fucking hard. Like once you realize that about Attila, it's hard to ignore his opinions
Really.
because like you know nothing he says is by accident.
Yeah.
Like everything, all of his opinions he tells you, they're very like purposeful. Like he very much believes in them, you
Mm.
know. So it's like when he says like, "Oh, Batman is a great fucking movie," you're like, "Damn, I really need to watch Batman now." Like Attila said
Yeah.
it was good.
I need to start asking Attila enough for
Attila's
like
good with
opinions of movies,
movies.
dude.
He's really good with movies. He knows what he's looking for. He's really good at critiquing them. Um, shit, he could be a fucking film critic on his own, but
Really.
he probably doesn't like to write enough to do that. So
You know who actually had a really good time watching movies with before was actually like Art. I mean, like I think he's the one who got me into like watching Ip Man and other movies and all that. And like it's weird. Like we would start like instead of like starting like the franchise with like the obviously Ip Man 1, I think we started with like Ip Man 3 or Ip Man 4 or maybe no, I think it was Ip Man 2 or something like that. We do that. We used to do that all
you
the
gotta
dang
go find
time.
It Man One. You have to go
Yeah.
find the first one. It's not like I don't think it's on a streaming platform
I
right
mean, oh, I
now.
saw it was on Ip Man it was on Netflix for a while. The one where he's like fucking up like the Japanese army basically and
Oh,
like the
okay. Well,
emperor.
I know it's not on there right now, but
Mm,
it might have been at the time.
yeah,
But it's not right now. It's not.
yeah. Those movies are fucking amazing,
Yeah,
dude.
Ip
Like
Man's
it's so
crazy.
sick as fuck.
That's IP. Ip Man. I know it's hard to hear, but
Yeah, go check it out, guys.
definitely look it up. They're fucking badass like kung fu movies.
100%. And
It's like who Bruce Lee learned from.
oh
He
yeah.
learned from Ip Man. Ip Man was Bruce Lee's trainer, like in real life.
Yeah, and then in the fourth one, it doesn't obviously show like the obviously Bruce Lee not, but it has like someone who acts as Bruce Lee in that movie, and
Yeah,
it shows a little side of that too. I'm not sure like if those like movies are like true story to like to the max or anything like
probably
that,
not.
but yeah, I mean obviously like the guy punching like that. I mean like
They're
yeah,
ridiculous. Like if you
yeah,
look at the action, they're ridiculous. But
yeah.
like the action is still cool as fuck.
Oh,
You know, it's
dude,
like watching the action in like, you know, like the first Iron Man movie. It's cool as fuck, but obviously it's unrealistic. Like they
absolutely,
don't fight like that.
dude. Yeah, it's so fucking hilarious. I love it.
It's cool though, dude. It's like watching have you seen Kung Fu Hustle?
No, I
It's a
actually haven't seen that
parody
one yet.
version. It's like I'm sure you've seen Kung Pao Enter the Fist, the fucking ridiculous one where all the voices are all fucked up on purpose.
No, not only I've seen the only I
You
haven't really
haven't seen
seen so
Kung Pao
many.
either?
No, I haven't seen that one either.
I
No,
guess what they did with Kung Pao is they like
yeah.
took an old kung fu movie, like some ridiculous movie, and they actually like dubbed the voices over it, and they like replaced the face of the star
What the fuck?
like with like some like a white dude.
Oh,
But
hell no,
it's
dude.
funny, dude. Kung Pao is hilarious.
It's a
Like,
trip.
dude, it's funny as fuck.
I would check that one out.
I think it's like an original kung fu movie that they like remastered or like re-edited
Yeah.
to be like a parody, and it's hilarious. Like the vocals, like the overdubs make no sense at all, you
Yeah.
know. But
Even
Kung Fu Hustle was a different like that was actually made in Chinese, but it was a studio that did Shaolin Soccer. I don't know if you ever seen that movie,
I don't think so
but
either, no.
it's a movie about this this guy who wants to make like a soccer team. Like his nickname used to be Golden Leg.
Oh,
He used to
nice.
kick goals, you know. His name was Golden Leg, and he wants to make a soccer team, like another major league soccer team. He has some opportunity or something, I don't know. But he goes to all these or he sees a kung fu master like kick some aluminum can into the trash can from like or whatever. Like he sees some fucking kung fu master like just kick some trash like nonchalantly, and he's like, "What the fuck?" And he gets like inspired to make a new soccer team out of these kung fu like Shaolin kung fu masters, and like they're all out of shape and whatever, and like the whole story is about how they win the soccer tournament,
Oh, fuck
and
yeah,
like the
dude.
main character gets the girl or whatever.
Yeah.
Like it's all cheesy. It's just like Kung Fu Hustle. It's literally the exact same actors.
I gotta check that movies out.
Shaolin Soccer
Yeah.
came out first, and then Kung Fu Hustle. When Shaolin Soccer made a bunch of money, like it was funny and it got popular in America. And then like once it made a bunch of money, the production company got all the same actors to make Kung Fu Hustle. And
Really?
Kung Fu Hustle made even more money and more people know about Kung Fu Hustle. But
Hmm.
Shaolin Soccer is like the same kind of cheesy ass bullshit parody kung fu movie, but it's it's all about a soccer team of kung fu masters, like washed up kung fu masters. It's fucking
Oh
funny,
yeah,
dude.
I'm definitely gonna check that out. If you recommend it, I mean, yeah, definitely go check that one
Yeah,
out.
dude. Shaolin Soccer's good. Uh, yeah, Kung Fu Hustle is the same producers. Um, then there's have you seen Kung Fury?
Oh, dude, honest, I'm just so like just we no, I think the only kung fu movie I've ever seen was either like
This
just
doesn't
Ip
count.
Man. Oh, it's not,
This
was it?
doesn't count, dude.
Oh, not at all.
Kung Fury is absolutely 100% a parody.
Oh, oh, okay, okay, never mind
It's
then.
only 40 minutes long.
Really?
It's like not even an hour long.
Oh
Like the
shit.
movie is really short, but it's about a guy who's like an ex or he's a cop, and like at one point he gets like there's a scene where he describes he gets bitten by a cobra and struck by lightning at the same
What the
time.
fuck?
Like
That's
he
random.
gains these kung fu powers, and he's
Damn,
like
dude.
the one. He is Kung Fury.
Holy shit.
He has to like Hitler comes back from time. He has to like go back in time to stop Hitler from coming to the future.
Oh shit,
Like, the
dude.
whole movie is fucking it's really dumb.
See, I'm really interested in watching that one now. I just gotta like do some shrooms and like fucking watch that.
Dude, you
That
can
sounds
watch it
very
sober
entertaining.
and you'll feel like you're on shrooms.
Oh,
Like
those are the good, those are the best kind of movies
it's
then.
funny, dude. It's funny as fuck, dude. It's hilarious.
Fuck yeah.
But he ends up going too far back in time. He goes back to the Viking age.
Oh, okay.
Thor has to send him back to Adolf Hitler's
Oh
age.
shit. Is it like
Like
a Marvel movie and all that, like
it's
that kind of Thor?
it's
Or...
like how a Marvel movie should be. Like
It's so fucking random,
Marvel
dude. I love
movies would
that.
be better if they were like this.
Yeah.
But right now Marvel movies are kind of trash. They're all like cookie cutter bullshit. Like it's all the same. They all use the same filter. It's like an Instagram filter on the whole movie.
Oh, like it's just
It's
like
like
that.
all the action is the same.
Yeah.
You know who's gonna win every time.
Yeah.
There is no like the hero never loses. It's all Disney, you know.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's kind of bullshit.
I'm personally like a big Marvel fan now, but that's just because like I'm like kind of basic and I'm not too like I'm not a crazy movie guy and all that. I mean like that's not like I'm not going out there like criticizing movies like too intensely because I'm not like watching movies too much and all that. But I mean, have you seen the new Doctor Strange though? I know you may not
I
like it,
haven't yet.
but
I mean, I like Marvel. Like Marvel's cool. I should say that I like Marvel and I don't like Disney
yeah,
because there was a clear difference after Disney took over.
absolutely. Yeah. What do you think about
So
the old X-Men movies?
that's not even Disney or Marvel. That's Fox. But honestly, X-Men was cool. I didn't really like Extinction. X-Men 3 Extinction. I thought that
Huh.
one was kind of dumb. They
Yeah.
like the military made these plastic rifles that shot
Oh
plastic
yeah.
darts that like had this chemical that like took away mutations, and it just didn't make sense. It was stupid. Like it was really not Marvel.
Yeah,
You
definitely not.
know, it
It
was
wasn't.
like
Yeah.
it was like more DC than Marvel in
It was
my
kind of
opinion.
funky. I love that one line though. Like this is one line from the movie where Juggernaut's like fucking like I think this one character I forgot the name of the character not, but he like basically encases like Juggernaut into the ground and he's like, "Don't you know who I am? I'm the Juggernaut, bitch," or
Yeah,
something
that's
like
where the
that.
quote started,
Yeah,
dude. That's
I
where the
fucking love
quote,
that dude.
the
Yeah, it
meme
was fucking
started with that
awesome.
shitty movie.
Yeah. See, that was like my favorite part
I'm
of
the
like the entire movie.
juggernaut, bitch.
Yeah.
Like,
I love that so much.
that, that did. I forgot about that. That started with fucking X-Men 3.
Oh yeah.
Bullshit.
Yeah.
Because then all the YouTube videos started coming out where they started like dubbing in voices for
Yeah.
the old 90s cartoon.
I love that
I'm the
shit.
juggernaut, bitch.
Yeah.
Like you can look up that YouTube video. It's
Yeah.
fucking funny. He's just talking shit to Professor X the whole time.
Dude,
Like
I love it. Oh yeah.
it's just some dude dubbing in the voices and it's bad, but it's
Yeah.
hilarious.
Like honestly, dude, I watch so much like stupid shit. Like right now, like for some reason, I have an obsession of like watching like these fucking like top 5 scary ghost videos on YouTube. Even though like probably like 90% or like 95% of them are like kind of bullshit. But like it's just interesting to watch though and all that. There's this one YouTuber I like to watch just because he sounds fucking stupid. His name is Chills. Like I'm not sure if you've seen in his videos, but he talks like I don't think you can handle these videos. Yeah, he talks like that and shit. And like it's just so fucking funny, dude. Like I just watch it for this voice, honestly.
Yeah, my girlfriend watches a lot of those ghost videos and stuff, and honestly, like I could say to this day, I've never seen evidence of a ghost. Well, actually, no, dude. I lost a beer
Oh,
before we
dude.
started this podcast. Oh
Oh
my
my
god, I
God,
totally forgot
dude.
about that. I had
Yeah.
fucking 3 tall cans, and one of them was half gone. There were 2 that were unopened, and I looked for both of them before we started. I was like, I need both of those beers before we fucking start. And I
Yeah.
there was only one.
Yeah, that was
Dude, the
pretty
other one's
spooky,
still
dude.
missing. It's if it's not in this room somewhere, like someone had to have stolen it, or ghosts exist.
Yeah. That's why this room's feeling kind of cold right now, dude. Like my at least my side, my right arm's like pretty fucking cold. That's where the beer was.
Dude, I forgot about. Maybe it's still there.
It's here somewhere.
I hope so.
Maybe
Goddamn.
the fucking ghost drank it,
Oh
dude.
man, this pisses me off so bad, dude. It's a Voodoo Ranger. Like I could picture the can. Where the fuck did it go? Neither of us left the
Yeah,
room. Like
yeah.
since I set it down, there's no fucking way it was. Wait, when you called me, I left the room to go find your truck.
Yeah. Someone probably
Somebody,
came in.
somebody could have come in and taken one of my beers, but why weren't both of them gone?
On top
There
of
were 2
that,
beers next to each other, and one of them disappeared. Why wouldn't they just take both?
why didn't this wouldn't take your like laptop and your microphones either? Like of all things he could have stolen,
Yeah,
they
they
stole like the
stole a
least
fucking
valuable
$3
thing.
beer
Yeah.
instead of like a fucking,
An Apple laptop.
$900
Yeah.
MacBook. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah. Who fucking does that, dude? But
Like,
if the
it
ghost
just
stole it,
blows my
then
mind, dude.
yeah.
Like, after this podcast is over, I'm definitely looking for that beer again.
I wish you
I,
luck in
I
that.
have to look for it.
I wish you luck.
Yeah.
Plot twist, I sat on it and it's in between my butt cheeks.
Honestly, like, that would be better. That'd be better than a ghost stealing
Yeah.
it. I haven't believed in ghosts until this day.
Yeah.
It might be a ghost or somebody stole it. It's the only evidence I've ever had of ghosts.
We gotta check the cameras, dude. Oh, there's a camera right there. I didn't realize we're being recorded like by the camera the
Oh,
entire
dude,
time.
I'm gonna go to the office after this podcast. Hopefully, they're still open.
There
Maybe
we
they
go.
can. Maybe they can access the footage real quick.
The mystery of the missing beer.
Oh, what a mystery! What a disappointing mystery. The most disappointing of all mysteries
Yeah.
is when I lose beers. Usually, it happens at parties.
Yeah, same here. Actually, I haven't been drinking beer in like a long time. No, it's just like right now I'm in this really weird, funky ass like diet. I'm doing keto right now, and then I sometimes do carnivore diet.
Keto's
But
rough, man.
yeah, it's so
I'd rather
brutal.
do carnivore.
I couldn't I was doing carnivore for like probably like half a month, like 2 weeks. But then like I honestly really love avocados and like greens and shit like that. So I'm like, you know what? This is making me sad and all that. It honestly it's badass. Like trust me, no, but carnivore is super fucking awesome. And like it actually like makes you feel less inflamed. You feel like have more energy. And it's the coolest thing ever. But personally me and all that, I really love like my greens and also how to fucking eat that shit. But I'm also on my keto diet too and all that just because I want to like lose weight for jujitsu. So I'm not like fucking Kung Fu Panda over here just like trying to do a flip and I can't do a fucking like roll and I'm just like struggling and whatnot. But yeah, it's something that I highly recommend you do just for maybe
Kung
just
Fu
try it for
Panda.
a while. Cause yeah, dude, like I mean, I'm like the fattest. I'm literally like one of the fattest ones in the gym right now. Like it's like, oh fuck, I can't. Like, everyone's doing this, nailing this roll or nailing this move, and I'm over here just like struggling and all that to like
Like you're
fucking not
stonks in a
die.
way. It's
Yeah,
like,
dude,
oh
for
my
real.
god, dude, I feel that, man.
Everyone's got like 6 packs. I'm like got like a fucking 6 pack of beer under my fucking shirt. But yeah, it's
Tell them
awesome
to
though.
call you Poe.
Yeah, dude, that'd be fucking awesome. I think I brought that up just one or two
Don't
times.
call me
Now.
Poe because I'm Black Jack and I'm Jack Black in this movie.
Yeah. I'm the fucking comedic relief in this gym because I can't do that. You guys are gonna laugh at
That's
me.
right, dude. At least you have the enthusiasm. At least you're trying, man.
Oh yeah,
If you're putting in the effort and trying, like I'm sure that they actually draw inspiration from you, if anything. Like
I hope so.
seeing somebody who's like at a like I don't want to sound like a dickhead, but like
Oh, be
at
a
a
dick.
disadvantage, you
Yeah,
know,
yeah,
you have extra physical like material being fat in your
yeah,
way to stretch and be flexible as in jujitsu. Like seeing somebody at disadvantage like trying just as hard as you are, that's like fuck, man, like that's awesome. Like
yeah.
I could do that, you know.
Absolutely.
If I see somebody doing something like that I'm trying to do, and like they're not as well off at it, or they might have disadvantage, or you know, and they're doing better than me, and they're
Yeah, yeah. Definitely
fucking
shows you gotta
kicking
work harder,
ass,
dude.
and they're
Yeah.
like trying really hard, and they're sweating and shit.
Oh
I'm
yeah.
like, well, that shit's easy for me. Like, what am I doing? Like,
Yeah.
like I should be trying just as hard as
Yeah.
they am. Like, imagine where I could get if I was trying that hard.
Yeah.
So, like, as much as you're doing for yourself, like, you could be doing shit for other people too. They could be
Yeah.
seeing you and be like, fuck, man, I need to be trying that hard.
Yeah, the other day, the coach, no, I don't really know. He just lets us call us by his name. He does not. They're not really strict over there. Where they'd be like, "Oh yes, yes, coach," or "Yes, sensei," you gotta bow down or anything like that. They're very super laid back. It's kind of like a family. Oh, they're super cool. But he actually told
That's
me,
cool.
"Yeah, your rolls are getting better." And I was like, "Oh, really?" He's like, "Yeah." Now he's got to do the other side now. I'm like, "Okay, I got you. Challenge accepted." Because like obviously we have like our warm ups because like rolling is like obviously rolling backwards is like essential not in jiu-jitsu. You have to fucking get it down and all that. So like obviously I roll going like this way or my to my right side of my back, and then it's gotta like, eventually get it down to my left side too. But yeah, and then also going forward rolls too, which is like a lot more difficult. But yeah, like I do plan on getting like better on that and eventually like just getting like very fucking buff because I actually like it's crazy it sounds like my New Year's resolution is actually to lose 100 pounds. So far,
100 from
yeah,
start of what?
I actually started like at 260 this year.
260? You're
Yeah, I
down to
was
160?
no, about yeah, because like ironically and all that,
You
like
can get to
yeah,
160.
yeah, my for my height and my age and all that, the doctors recommend me to be at like 160 to
How
150.
tall are you?
But I'm 5'7". I'm pretty sure,
Yeah,
unfortunately.
that
But
sounds about
yeah,
right.
yeah, and so that's pretty much my goal. And so far, I'm like literally about to break 230. So like I'm still got a long way to go now, but I'm getting there though. Like just through my dieting and eating, obviously dieting and exercising, and also on top of that, like whenever I go to like Dutch Bros or fucking like Bikini Beans, I always like am the pickiest motherfucker. I'm like, hey, I want sugar free this, sugar free that, blah blah blah, and like
Dude, I just get coffee and espresso, an extra shot of espresso and some coffee. Like no sugar, no
oh
cream, none of that
dude,
shit, dude. Just give me black coffee with an extra shot of espresso. Give me that extra caffeine, and like
yeah,
I try not like I don't even drink milk. I
yeah,
don't
me
drink
neither.
milk. I try to avoid sugar. Like I've been eating a lot less candy and stuff. Beer is my weakness. I'll never fucking beer, dude. I fucking love beer.
Dude, yeah, I know. You're like
It's so hard.
you're dude, you're so devastated. I've never seen anyone so upset over a lost beer not until today, dude. Like yeah,
I'm
that
so
was
mad, dude.
insane,
I'm so
dude.
mad, dude.
But yeah,
It's
hey.
still missing.
Yeah.
Ah!
That's fucking funny, dude.
Ah,
But yeah, um you got this though, dude. Yeah, just like just little like changes every here and there and all that. I mean, like you
yeah,
fucking
I've
like
been
better
well.
shape.
Me and my girlfriend have been coming to this gym that's upstairs inconveniently. Well, I mean, it's at my apartment. It's free, so
Yeah,
it's
might as
nice.
well.
But we've been coming here every once in a while, and we got a pool that's open 24/7.
Oh fuck yeah.
So we might do some laps starting like late at night. Because it's getting really fucking hot here.
Yeah.
But we might start some laps soon. Just do a few laps every now and then. I heard it's better than running.
Oh,
So
absolutely. Yeah, because I mean,
using more of
and
your muscles.
yeah, and water, dude. I mean, like you're gonna be like working a lot more harder, and like, and then on top of that, like you kind of don't have to worry about sweating all over the place now, because like I mean, as nasty as it sounds, a fucking pool is gonna be like taking in all that sweat, so you also be like refreshed and cool at the same time while you're working out.
Oh yeah, for sure. It just washes you off while you're swimming
Yeah,
around.
and probably before you leave, just like take a quick little piss and just like get the fuck out of there. Yeah, it's like a two-in-one. Like it cleans you up and all that. You get your sweat out, and you can piss in it, and all as long as they don't fucking catch you. But that's probably just don't do that.
Dude, no one's
Actually,
there, man.
yeah,
There's so much chlorine in that
yeah,
shit. It's probably fine.
yeah. You'll kill it off.
There's probably like fucking 30 people's worth of piss in there,
Hmm.
anyways. It don't matter.
Oh yeah, dude. One time, bro, like I was in my aunt's apartment complex, like in a really fucking like ghetto ass area, and I shit you not, like ironically, this one time we were swimming and all that, I saw a big fucking piece of shit in the fucking pool in the bottom. No, I had got my goggles and I was just doing like some underwater fucking like shit. And next thing you know, dude, I see this big ass fucking piece of shit in the fucking pool. And I started screaming, poop, poop. And then everyone started looking over me and all that, like I was fucking drowning or some bullshit. And then even the fucking, like, I think the manager of the apartment complex, dude, came over with like a long ass fucking pole, and I got that big ass piece of shit out. Like, dude, I should you not. This thing was like a good like 7 or 8 inches. It was solid too, dude. Like it was a nice, like if
Well, hey man, if it
grading the
doesn't have to
shit,
hit
dude,
the
was
bowl,
nice.
it's not gonna
Yeah,
break in half.
yeah,
You know,
dude.
if it doesn't have to hit anything, it's not breaking.
Right,
It's just gonna
yeah.
come out a long fucking stick.
The motherfuckers were eating good ass fiber, dude. Like it was amazing
That
fiber
means
in
somebody
that.
pulled their shorts down to do it.
Yeah.
That means,
Dude,
that means they weren't
fuck.
trying to fucking hide
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. And like after that, I mean, like I'm pretty sure I still went swimming in that pool, honestly, because like we didn't give a fuck, dude. But yeah,
Dude,
it
they
was something else.
when that happens, you're supposed to fucking drain the pool.
Are you
Like
serious?
fecal matter is not the same. Like
Wow, I didn't know that. Because like, we
yeah,
were swimming in that pool,
it's not the
like,
same, dude. You're still gonna get pink eye, and you're still gonna
wow,
fucking like you're still gonna get some shit. Like chlorine can only do so much.
damn.
It's gonna take like most of the bacteria out and everything, but like a piece of shit is a really fucking
Uh,
condensed colony of bacteria.
yeah,
Like as long as it's there, it's gonna make a lot of fucking
it's
bacteria.
fucking insane,
You know, if
dude.
you
Yeah,
piss in a pool, like
it's whatever.
that shit's gonna wash away, and like the chlorine's gonna get at it, and it's gonna be pretty fucking clean, pretty
Yeah,
damn quick. Like, sure, there might be some ammonia left over, some
yeah,
urea or whatever the fuck they call it. Like it's all the same. Like it's not gonna hurt you. You know, it's the bacteria that fucks with
dude,
you.
for real.
And shit has way more bacteria than
Yeah,
piss.
dude. We were swimming. Yeah, we were literally swimming in that pool, dude, for probably like a good like an hour or 3 hours, dude. Like, bro, like that's probably why I got a good, really fucking like immune system because I mean, if I'm able to fucking swim and poop like poop water like that,
Dude,
I mean, like I rarely ever get sick
my
and like
grandparents,
yeah.
well, I never had a pool as a kid. My grandparents took me and my brother to the public pool a lot.
Oh, that's brutal.
Well, no, dude, I never get sick.
Well, yeah. Oh,
It's
yeah.
probably
Yeah.
because of
Just say
that.
yeah. Because
Like,
I mean, like
they
yeah, dude. Public
probably
pools.
conditioned us with
Yeah.
the public pool. That's probably what it
Yeah,
was.
ironically, I went to the one over there, like in like 35th Avenue in Campbell, like in between Indian School and Camelback. There's a park right there, Salito Park, and like I used to go there to actually take swimming lessons. And dude, like it was like obviously like way pre-COVID and all that. And there, like in summer, dude, like that shit was fucking packed, dude. Like so
And
many
the
kids.
water literally
Oh
tastes like
yeah,
sweat.
yeah, it was
The water
horrific,
is
dude.
literally
Yeah,
sweat.
it was
Like it's
disgusting.
yeah, it's gross.
But we all swam in
Fucking
there and
gross.
like, hey, I think now, like, I think if you swam in the public pool and all as a kid, like, you probably got like a fucking killer immune system by now.
Yeah, you're good. You're
Yeah.
totally good, dude. You can fucking survive a nuclear fallout. Like
Yeah, 100%.
you're good, man. It's just like I don't know, man. Like I used to do dive team back in the day. I
Oh
was on a
shit,
dive
dude.
team at like the cactus dive team. It was on like what was it fucking was it on Cactus and 35th or something? I don't know. There's a big ass park over there by that police station. Just weird because the park has a lot of druggies in it.
Oh, I know what you're talking about now. Yeah, I
But
know that one.
it's kind of a weird park.
Yeah,
But yeah, I used to do a dive team there when I was a little kid. I used to do like, you know, my highest difficulty dive was backflip.
it's brutal.
You know, yeah, a single backflip. It was tough.
Yeah, I think yeah they had us
I did that in the pool the other day when I was changing a
really
pool light
fuck,
at work.
dude. Damn, they had us do like some like they were trying at least to get us like because in the end of the fucking year they or like the end of the course of the swimming lessons in my park I went to, they wanted us to dive off like this some fucking I forgot what that fucking thing is called, like the divers jumping thing, whatever it's fucking called, the board, whatever, and all that. And it was like fucking like 20 feet tall, and I was a little kid, and they wanted us to fucking dive off of that, and like I couldn't do it, dude. Like I totally fucking like choked and like didn't fucking. I essentially embarrassed myself in front of like a fucking class and everyone in the around the pool and all that. But like, yeah, that shit was fucking brutal. Like I hate diving.
Dude, my pool did not have a ledge, but if it did, I totally would have jumped off of it.
Yeah.
I love those things. Those things are cool. But I think the time that I embarrassed myself in dive team is when like I was doing backflips and like I was good at it. And like that was like they give you a rating, like, oh, you can do these dives and like it'll give you this score. And the judges would score the kids and like they would base it off like Olympic difficulties.
Holy shit,
So like,
dude.
well, I mean, it was like a
Yeah.
scale, like backflip will give you, 3 points.
Okay.
So if you do a perfect backflip, you'll get like 3.5 out
Okay.
of 10. And most kids are scored at like the max kid is gonna get like a 6 score. In the competition,
Yeah.
like that's the score to beat. And like the most difficult, and like you have 3 dives to average out your score, and the most difficult dive I could do was backflip, which was like 3 points, which is like cool. I was happy with that. Cool backflip,
Yeah.
awesome. So I practiced them all the time, and I remember one practice. I was like, first time I was going up, I was like, I'm gonna do a backflip. I gotta practice. They would let you practice whatever you wanted,
That's cool. Fuck
So
yeah.
you just like have free dive time, do whatever you want. Like after they were teaching you form, they'd be like, okay, practice whatever for the last hour. And I remember doing a backflip, and I flipped too fast and didn't jump out far enough, and I literally hit the back of my head on the bottom of the diving board.
Fuck,
So
dude.
I didn't
Damn.
go far out enough, and I completed my dive and smacked the bottom of my head and
Oh
the back of my
shit.
head on the bottom. So it was like I
Damn.
came back around and was like dink, like as I was going into the water, I hit
Damn,
the
dude.
water and like grabbed onto my head and was like like screaming underwater. And then I realized like it didn't hurt because I was already going down.
Yeah.
It's like I just tapped it. I just tapped it. So
Damn.
like I like panicked. I was like
Yeah.
flailing, like
Must be brutal,
and
dude.
like the coaches are all freaking out because they saw me hit my head on the
Yeah,
board.
dude. That must be
But like by the
intense.
time I got up, I was like I realized it didn't really hurt. I was just like scared
Yeah.
more, and everybody was like, "Oh my god, are you okay? Are you all right? Are you all right?" I'm just like swimming, like, "Yeah, I'm fine. I'm fine."
Yeah.
It scared me though. I was like, fuck, I don't want to do a backflip anymore. Like, what if I hit my face? Like,
That's intense, dude. Yeah.
shit, it's scary. But
Yeah. It's good to have those memories and all, like just like the public pool memories. Like I'm not sure if anyone else got them not, but everyone's got something that they experienced in the public pool.
yeah, I mean, I've known people who don't go swimming in public pools. Like my girlfriend, she's had a pool since she was a kid. She never went to the public pool.
Oh, she's lucky. That's awesome.
Well, I
Yeah.
feel like it's a 50-50 shot in Arizona.
Yeah.
There's so many houses in Arizona that have pools.
Yeah.
Like, so it's like either you grew up with a pool or you didn't. It's a
Yeah, I
50-50
definitely
shot.
did.
Like, either you went to the public pool or you did not.
Yeah.
Like,
I feel like it'd be like a big pain. I'm not sure because I never had one not, but I feel like it'd be like such a pain in the ass not to just maintain all the time, all year round,
dude, they're
like in the
expensive.
green. Yeah,
Like
must be
working
brutal.
on pools, like doing the pool electric and all that. I've learned
Yeah,
enough about pools to know, like, man, it is definitely maintenance, but I would still have one.
I liked
I
it,
think it's
but
worth it.
yeah, honestly, dude, like there's this one sick ass pool my buddy had where it was like basically just like a little puddle. Eventually, like it dried out, but there was like a little puddle in the bottom of the pool that was like kind of big still. And like somehow they just never cleaned that shit out, dude. There was like fucking algae and fucking bullshit in there, and like just water aquatic life, like some random ass bugs. And like I would go down there, dude, and like see like fucking like things moving around the water, and like just fucking like I think there's like a little water scorpion. I don't know what the fuck was down there, dude, but they never cleaned the pool like ever, and like there's like some like funky ass shit swimming around, and like I got a cup one day and just fucking like looked through it, and there's like shit moving around in the cup.
Yeah, of course, man.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Of course, there's shit moving around in there. There's so much to eat.
Yeah, dude, it's brutal.
So, as we're getting close to the end of this shit, but I just wanted to ask, like, for this music you're working on right now, are you
Yeah.
just kind of doing a sketchbook kind of thing, writing out some tunes, or are you actually trying to make a project?
It's just more just like sketch tunes and all this because I don't really I have like so many other hobbies and other things that I'm trying to do. That's more at least to me it's more important than the music, but it'll come
Well,
later. But
well, if
yeah,
it's not serious, hit me up.
okay. I'll have to let you know. I just yeah,
I'm all about
yeah,
creative shit, but
yeah.
obligations are tough for me right now.
I'm
But
definitely.
I'm down to sketch some shit out
Oh
with
yeah,
you. And honestly, I'm more into like lyrics and vocals.
fuck yeah, dude.
I can make some lyrics and vocals for you, like for sure.
Oh yeah,
I've always been excited to try to make some shit like that. I've never been in like had an opportunity to like really brainstorm and like work with somebody on it.
yeah.
But man, if you're down, like I'm down to jump in.
I'm down,
If
absolutely
you
down
need
with jam
someone
out.
for lyrics and vocals.
Yeah, cause like I'm just right now just trying to see where it goes. Like I'm not like cause the thing is I feel like it's better. It's at least for me was more comfortable just like having some friends that first off be friends first. Not like at least with Condemto done. Not many people know this, not, but I'm gonna mention this right now is that me, Nate, Tim, and Ian. I didn't go to school with Ian, not, but I actually went to high school. I met Nate in football actually in freshman year, and then I met Tim in sophomore year in our guitar class. And then Diego, I'm not sure if y'all know or not, but Diego was actually our old vocalist from the band. We were all together in Paradiso Falls before Condemto done, but we were actually friends way before we even became bandmates and all that. And we actually performed in a guitar concert before we were even a band in the first place in high school, which was super cool. But yeah, um, definitely want to jam out with some friends first and then see where we go from there because like having just like random people join in bands and all that, I feel it's kind of, at least for me, it's kind of weird. I've always been cool, at least like for you, not since I know you very well, it'd be cool to have you in there and all that and just like see who else. But yeah, definitely trying to jam out first and like see where we can go from there and not just like rush things, but we'll see, we can build up from there.
How do you feel about doom metal?
uh
Doom, like
it's like the slow
groove,
stuff, right?
like groove, like the Pantera like breakdowns that are like
Oh
groovy,
yeah, I mean like
shit like that. It's like
I am open to some of that
25
stuff.
years or broken.
However, I am also like trying to do more of like a modern take. No, I do like I do love Pantera to be don't get me wrong, not but definitely want to do more open like to like newer styles, not like such as Periphery. I got so into like Thy Art Is Murder recently, and like I definitely want to try to get some of that influence into there. And also as crazy as it sounds, no, I'm very influenced by Mick Gordon. He's actually the composer for like the Doom Eternal soundtracks, and like I think he's like so underrated. Like, because the Doom Eternal game is like good because not only because obviously the gameplay is super badass, but you won't be able to get the same experience without the music. And like the music of Doom Eternal is like what's really driving me to do music like that with synth as well.
I'll have to look it up, man. I'll have to look
Yeah,
up the Doom soundtrack. I've heard
yeah,
you talk about it before, but man, like I don't know, the way you mention it makes me want to look it up,
yeah,
see
dude. It's
see how
super
impressive it
different.
is. It sounds fucking cool.
Yeah, 100%. I just want something that is like for one angry or like some. I just want to like definitely convey like the emotions into the music.
All
No,
right, man. We'll talk about it more for
absolutely.
sure. Because man, you starting up a project. I've always wanted to write music with you. Honestly, I've always wanted to sit down with you and try to figure some shit out.
Thank
Ever since
you.
that day we jammed over at your apartment and like try to
There's a
figure out
click.
that
Yeah,
dude,
absolutely.
I felt like we could do something there for sure. But we'll definitely talk about it
Fuck yeah.
when we're not wasting time on this recording. But it's been good talking with you, man.
Likewise, man.
We'll definitely reconvene, have another episode at some point.
Sounds good.